Hello, and welcome to Unmade Game. I have hijack and counter roleplay. Yeah, the cameras are all over the place, guys. I'm gonna fix that right now, because I'm not cool and I don't use Studio. So, yeah, fuck me, right? But I am here, joined by Petra and Trainsy. Josh is somewhere. I think he's dead. I'm not 100% sure. Oh, there we go. There's a Josh.
Sign of life.
There's a Josh thumb. We got something. We got a limb.
Josh, are you naked? Is that why your camera is pointing up?
Josh, tell us that you're naked. Are you naked? The people want to know. Trainsy was naked when he joined, guys. I just want you to know that. Start that rumor.
Fully nude. That's how I start most D&D.
That's how he starts all the streams. Fully in the nude.
Fully nude.
Yeah.
That's why I have
basically,
intros.
Basically reverse strip poker.
Yeah. But we all lost. Yeah, so we're here with a new game, Ruin Nation, because Will has coerced me into DMing after playing on this here Stream for over a year now. Yeah, so we finally decided, Mike, you should run, and I said, okay.
Which is a terrible idea.
Which is an awful idea, yeah, and he's going to regret it immediately. That's why he's not here, actually. He made up some story about doing voiceovers for something. It's all a lie.
But in reality, he just doesn't want to witness a train wreck.
Yeah, he doesn't want to see this, pun intended. Why? Why do you do this? Oh, God. So yeah, we're playing Ruination. This is a game, this is a Swedish game, if I'm not mistaken. And it is by a company called Free League. They make a couple of games like this. It's a D6 based, and if you've played Apocalypse World, it's similar. It's vaguely similar to that. So yeah, we're gonna jump in with that, and we'll go with Petra because you have a long and elegant backstory that can kill time while I put up these cameras. So Petra, who are you playing today?
I will be playing Ivona, and Ivona is a fixer. And a fixer, what does a fixer do? A fixer can get you things that you really, really want. So she's a deal maker. She has connections. She knows how to get your shit. And if you have the right amount of money or bullets, that is, because that will be our currency in this game, then she might be able to help you. However, fixers, they're good with their wits. They're good at manipulating people. They're not so good with the muscle. So that is why they usually stick to those in power. Yeah, and just sort of staying in their position or not.
Sweet. And Trainsy, tell us about your guy who is definitely not a hippo.
Yet.
He's just a little misunderstood.
Oh.
Kind of he's an enforcer.
Mm-hmm.
But it was funny when I was making the character for this. It was just like, enforcer, big brutish guy, fucking punches people, and you don't tell me anything. The opposite is true for Humphrey. He is rather large, probably about like 6'8", but lives a very meek and modest existence, almost to the point where he has starved from being homeless, living out of his cardboard box. But very at the will and the way of the times, being the apocalypse. But resourceful, exceptionally smart, very empathetic. But yeah, very, very chiseled features, very ivory, silverish eyes, but little rags to his name. Probably like some gray tattered shorts and what looks like a graphic tee that is no longer discernible because of like the sands have just eroded at the graphic image on the front.
Okay.
But yeah.
Cool. And last and definitely least, with his 90 hats and glasses, Josh, who are you playing today?
I am playing a character I actually got to play in real life, in a real life game called Bardock. Bardock is he's a very, very aggressive, like what you'd expect a fixer to be, but he actually repairs stuff. He's like a mechanic. His job is to basically tinker around and keep everything on the arc running. And instead of doing that, he's been working on his other half, his lover, called Juliet. who he keeps saying is the best thing in the entire world since sliced bread. He won't have a bad word said against her. And because he's addicted to several substances and very aggressive, a lot of the time people just leave him to it. So he's got like this little workshop where he's been building parts and then taking them down to an undisclosed location. So far as experience, if you've ever seen a film or anything with a true representation of a heroin addict, that's his physique. It's not good.
So like the mechanic, but a literal mechanic.
Yeah. And he looks really unhealthy, really sallow eyes. He's wearing old punk rock kind of gear with big DM combat boots, a nice jacket that's completely ruined to pieces, and a band t-shirt that you can no longer read what the band is. And he has Liberty spikes and a giant fucking, what looks like 4 tubes glued together that he tells everyone is a shotgun, and is legitimately a shotgun, I swear.
Sweet. And MTMJ Moondog, thanks for subscribing. Yeah, I don't know what you guys do for subscribers here, but yay! Show some hyper chat. Do more of that. Do Will's wavy arm thing.
Raise the drinks.
Do that. Raise drinks in chat. Do those.
God damn it, Mike.
All those things. Listen, we're undead. We just keep it real casual at Unmade Gaming. We're just we don't have drinks. We don't have all kinds of emotes and stuff.
Super lame.
Yeah, we're pretty shitty dudes. Yeah, so guys, this game is set in the apocalypse, an undeterminate year after a war happens. The whole world is garbage, and everyone that is survived is an actual mutant. So I have a little bit of nonsense that I cobbled together here, and I'm going to spout off for the next 30 seconds. It says war. War never changes.
Oh, God.
The Romans waged war to gather slaves and wealth. Spain built an empire from its lust for gold and territory. Hitler shamed a battered Germany into an economic superpower, but war never changes. The Red Plague hits a world already on the brink of collapse. Extreme climate change, global economic crisis, increasing conflict between old and new superpowers. When the pandemic comes, the last thin veneer of stability crumbles. 1 million people die in the first year. Utter panic reigns supreme. Solidarity between nations is non-existent, and war breaks out over the last dwindling resources of the world. For the first time since 1945, nuclear weapons are used in armed conflict. Mushroom clouds rise from east to west. The earth was nearly wiped clean of life. A great cleansing, an atomic spark struck by human hands, quickly raged out of control. Spears of nuclear fire rained from the skies. Continents were swallowed in flames and fell beneath the boiling oceans. Humanity was almost extinguished, their spirits becoming part of the background radiation that blanketed the earth. But it is not, as some had predicted, the end of the world. Instead, the apocalypse was simply the prologue to another bloody chapter of history. Yet life remains. Slivers of humanity survive in the apocalypse. In the Ark, a small settlement at the edge of a dead city, the people live. You are the spawn of humanity, but not quite human. You are twisted, funhouse images, mutated freaks. Your bodies and minds have incredible powers, but you are unstable, fragile. This is year 0. So yeah, you guys are all mutants of some varying kind. We're actually going to find out what kind of mutants you guys are in the next few seconds here. But yeah, you guys all live on an Ark. This is somewhere vaguely reminiscent of Louisiana. You guys are in a marshy bayou, and your Ark happens to be a derelict, crashed, scuttled ship of a cruise liner. And Trainsy, you can just let loose with all of your ruination jokes. Whenever you see fit, I feel like...
I don't know why you think I'm that immature.
I mean, you already sent me a meme, so I can only imagine that you spent all weekend making them. So
you honestly expect him to be that sad? I mean, look at the man. He sat there in a train conductor's hat. This man has integrity, okay, and things to do with his life.
Yeah, I stand by everything I said. Oh man, let me just fix these retweets per will. There we go, 6. Guys, I'm sure you guys are gonna shit all over me with all these fun viewer decisions, which I can't wait for. I can't. Is my enthusiasm showing? I'm so excited.
You see the white in his eyes?
So excited.
Panic
this
rising.
This isn't panic, this is joy.
This is fine.
Yeah, cool. So, real quick, we're going to roll some mutations to see just how fucked up you guys are. Because this has been a surprise to all of you. Yeah. So, this whole game works on D6s. You roll a pile of dice. So you'll need to roll it's a strange concept for Roll20. But it's 2 D6s equal a D66. So roll me 2 D6s. We'll start with Petra.
Okay.
So 51, you are a tracker. So the tracker, your sense of smell is extremely well developed. You can follow the trail of a person or a monster, like a bloodhound. You can sense an enemy sneaking up on you, and you can smell grub out in the zones.
Nice.
Not all of them are super useful. Not all of them do, like, some of them like light people on fire. Some of them are less cool. Like, I think one of them you just borrow other people's, which is pretty cool. So yeah, let's go to Josh, and you can roll me 2d6s, and we'll see let's see how useful it is to being a mechanic. I hope it's not at all.
I know you're here to shit on me. 41.
It's not at all. You are reptilian.
Oh yeah.
So,
that leather jacket, don't need it anymore.
yeah,
Just
your
okay.
body has inherited traits from reptiles. You can change the color and pattern of your skin like a chameleon. You automatically succeed on sneak rolls, and attacks against you are performed in total, and attacks that are performed against you in total darkness. You can contort your body and push yourself through a hole or passage only a few inches wide, ladies. And you can entrance a humanoid like fucking Ka from the Jungle Book.
I'm straight up just gonna be like the Union Jack. That's my color scheme.
Just at all times.
Full body Union Jack. So you could use that for stealth.
Now. And Trainsy, let's get a D6, 2d6s from you as well.
So Bardock is now a animal mutant. Is what
He's not. He's not at all. Nope. No.
he's okay.
And there's
Reptilian's just like a
Yeah.
There is no hippo
Oh.
feature. Just to
there's
warn
no
you.
hippo mutation. I promise
up.
you, I took that one off the list.
is-
So let's see.
What am I
how we
rolling?
recover.
How
2d6s.
long? 2d6 really?
Yep.
That's it?
Yep. That's
Yeah.
all.
7.
43.
Oh
43.
dear.
You
Oh,
have
40.
you have sonar. So that's super useful for you. By emitting a high frequency sound and listening to its echoes, you can sense your surroundings and effectively see in total darkness. You can stun enemies at short range, and you can disrupt an enemy at short range who is shooting at you. So all those guys are in the player's handbook, which you guys have on page 69.
So you can, because you use an axe, don't you? So you can just sonar your way to them, fry their brain as they try and shoot you, and then clobber them to death with an axe. That's good. That's a solid thing for an enforcer.
I just want you to know, Trainsy, that chat is supporting you in your hippo dreams.
Yeah.
I mean, that don't submarines have sonar?
Yeah.
So like submersible kind of beings underwater that can hear like the echoes and
Yeah, like an underwater bat is what you're saying. Is that what you're trying to say?
No, I mean, like take a mammal or
Yeah, like a bat.
that goes under.
No,
That's
but
right.
you got to
Manatee.
remember, he's got like a really big strength buff, so it'd have to be like a lot bigger, like a larger creature. Like,
So like a giant bat, what you're saying.
yeah, it's definitely one of
Maybe.
those.
God damn it.
I say manatee.
Like somehow you're gonna find a
Close.
way to make yourself as hippo as possible. And I'm not ready for it. I'm not ready for the unique ways for you to find how to torture me and slowly
Well, we
become
got a
hippo.
reptile, because that's fair. Guys, I just don't want to get into that mutant
Context.
book with the animals, but I'm gonna make the first guy the mutant animal.
So I'm gonna
That's
give
okay.
people
boys.
a little context. Yeah, if Tracy has been asking to be a hippo for like a week now, of just can I play like a hippo hybrid? And Mike shit all over him and said no. And this is so chat. It's on you guys to help make this dream come true.
Yeah, so
Which
guys,
is
you know what to do. That first viewer decision is everyone vote for Trainsy becomes a hippo.
Yeah.
The funniest thing is, Mike as a PC is the guy that goes up to the DM like, can I do this? Can I be this? Oh my gosh, can this twist of fate happen? Can I totally derail your campaign? And then as a DM, he's like, I'm like, hey, can I be a hippo? I could just have normal human traits and be like humanoid. It's like, fuck that.
Yeah, no.
No.
Yeah.
So you'll be a
Stop.
hippo, and then
I
Josh's character
suppress
turns into a
creation.
British bulldog, and then once Will gets on the
Yes!
train, he'll be a rabbit. Like
Oh, God
the
damn
whole,
it.
Oh,
he brings back the whole. Whenever I hear the word
Warren.
Warren, like the word Warren it lost all its innocence since last year. That's no.
Mm-hmm. So, you guys all live on this Ark, this ruined cruise ship. So we have Petra. You're playing Madam. What is it, Ivana?
Yeah.
And you live in a ruined bar, or no? You live in a ruined salon. Is that correct?
Yeah, it used to be like a spa salon, something like that, and directly behind the countertop, she put up some sort of like screen so that you can't immediately look behind. You would have to go through a pair of curtains, and then either she is hanging out in front of the curtain or somebody else. I don't know. I guess I forgot that little detail.
Okay.
Perhaps people can just walk in to see if she's there, and she
And
made herself comfortable as much as possible behind that. Chairs.
Josh, you live in a cardboard box. Is that correct, Josh?
Me? No.
No, I'm sorry. Trainsy, you live in a cardboard box.
Yeah.
That's right. I'm sorry.
I do. And
Where-
it was lined with calendars of animals that are probably 30 years outdated.
Any animal in particular?
Aquatic mammals, little mix hybrids.
Sonar-based? So where on the cruise ship is your box fort located?
Is it just a box made out of hungry hippo like containers that are just packed together? Please.
It's the box is actually surrounded in sheet mail. Bardock, in fact, has actually used it as a drug den without my permission.
One time, and he's so hung up on it.
I slept on some needles, which was painful.
I'm just glad that he doesn't drop that shit anymore in my store. So you can have him.
You sold him the needles.
Just take the Humphrey box with him.
I just sell what goes into the needle.
That's true.
Yeah, this is true. Needles are hard to find.
I'd say
the same one over and over again.
I'd say it's in the market or the slums.
Okay.
I think it'd be ironic to be starving as a homeless person in the market, so I'd probably be towards the market.
Sure.
I'm homeless, but I'm ironically homeless because I'm.
So you're like the hipster of homeless people.
Hipster, yeah.
That's even better. That somehow makes it better. The hungry homeless. Is that why you made yourself starving? God damn it! Did I just get that joke just now? Son of bitch! This is why I don't do
shirt.
this.
Please have a man bun.
Oh God, hungry Humphrey. This is not my day. And
my
Josh,
ears are a little protruding.
I don't want it. It's like Shrek. Josh, where are you located? Where have you hidden away Juliet that no one has been able to see her?
I'm gonna say probably. There's actually I've got a sweet hammock, except it's totally not a hammock. It's a life raft that's sort of attached to the side of the ship, and is it's basically hanging a couple of meters off the ground, and full on lizard mode, crawl my way down there and hide out. And there's no way to get to it, so I know she's safe, and I tuck her in and keep her secure every night. But yeah, other than that, that's where she's stored, but I have a radio shack. So, on cruises, you don't pick up a lot of radio signals and stuff like that. So, it's got a radio shack, a DJ booth sort of deal. And Bardock has just fortified that and taken everything apart and built it. He's taken apart things that were obviously really valuable, and has turned them into armor plating and just shit that should not be. He's just butcherized everything. But yeah, everything is just horrible. There's loads of blades and spikes protruding towards every entrance because he can get in, but fuck all you guys, because you might want his drugs or his Juliet.
I kind of imagine that you've built a car in a room, a regular sized room that doesn't have an exit for a car.
She's currently hanging off the side of the ship in a life raft. I don't know how I'm getting her out.
Actually, that's the first time that you mentioned the nature of Juliet. Maybe you should explain a little bit.
Oh, that's
further.
true. That's true.
Okay.
I have a good picture of Juliet. We'll pull that up for the
Juliet is my car. And to give you guys some context, cars don't exist here. A car just it doesn't make any. You'll see them maybe dotted around, but no one knows what they really do. They're just wreckages. They're just, hey, look, that's a shit ton of metal we could probably use. Cars don't function. But Bardock has. He brought Juliet with him as a pet project to the Ark. He kind of came from a small bombed out hard rock cafe. That's his sort of background, hence Bardock hard rock. It's and
clever.
yeah, Yeah, I know. I'm super clever. And he brought this salvage with him. And since no one believes that it works, everyone's just, sure, it's a car, whatever the fuck that is, Bardock. And because he's constantly high, it makes more sense to not believe that.
Perhaps we should mention that Bardock is actually one of my regular customers.
That's true. Bardock is probably one of your most regular customers.
Yeah.
He's one of the irregulars.
Yeah.
So are you friends
so I
as a
guess
result, or is there like still a business
friends,
separation?
Well, the way that Josh phrased it is, Bardock would kill, mess with, or fuck with anybody.
I don't think I said fuck with. I think I said
So
fuck.
he just said fuck.
Fuck. Yeah, sorry. Forget the with.
Whatever. Anyone you want.
As long as I can get you the stuff. So what Ivona specializes in is, we just call it booze, whatever is the equivalent of really, really bad moonshine that might actually kill you. Yeah. Then there's Bayou Sludge, which is basically just that. Somebody goes and sort of filters off or takes off the top layer, bubbly, really, really bad, smelly, stinky, fermenting, probably also radioactive top layer of the bayou.
Absolutely.
So.
It's covered in rot.
It's like the top of a cappuccino with the chocolate on top.
Yeah,
it's the
if
best.
you want to
poisonous
think
and full of
of
radiation.
it like that.
Yeah.
So Starbucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Basically, I'm your barista.
Yeah, I'm all about that.
And then the third thing was I just called it juice.
Yeah.
So I have contacts to a I think it was a stalker who brings me. It's basically just sap from mutated, weird, icky-looking plants.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And she combines them and makes them into something for you.
Yeah.
Basically.
I realized I didn't get to describe Ivona. Basically, imagine the really mutated, disfigured laugh child of Helena Bonham Carter and Holly Golightly from Breakfast with Tiffany. So she's really small and petite. Has, I guess, on first look, first sight, a cute round face, but her teeth are. I guess everybody's teeth are not really good looking.
Yeah.
And
I
her
do
hair,
massive amounts of drugs and live in the side of a ship. Yeah, no, I brush every day.
Yeah, it turns out that tooth decay and dental care is not really a thing that you guys worry about.
Not really. And I'm actually wondering if she found a picture of, saw a picture of Breakfast with Tiffany at some point, because she always wears black, what resembles a dress. I mean, it's just a sack made, of patches together, and then she usually wears these. And I'm just wearing it on one hand because otherwise I can't use my laptop. And you can see on top of her long, or above where the gloves end, she has some weird, it's not a skin growth, but it looks really weird and icky. It's sort of, it goes up a little bit, as you can see, probably along her neckline a little bit. It doesn't look like it's contagious, but it doesn't look too good, I have to say.
Does it look like the sort of thing Bardock would be tempted to lick?
At first, yes.
I never had control over this situation.
Actually, Josh, that fits perfectly with because what I had in mind, and I'm not making this up. Whenever you come to meet Ivona in once in a while, actually every new customer, it's sort of like a show of face. She removes her glove, and as she does, you see that it's strangely bolstered. It's not just, there's something else. It's not just the cloth, because when she removes her glove, it's super thin
so
and
glad you didn't have
spindly.
this under your hand. I was waiting for you to pull out something, and I was like, oh no!
I had no time, guys. Maybe next week.
Oh, God.
But it's hard to tell if it was a sickness or if she says she was born with it because she doesn't remember anything else and doesn't spread. But it's really spindly, and it's more bone than anything else, and it's blackened. It's dark. It looks like gnarly, and then her nails are darkened and look more like the nail of an animal, like really thick, not sharp though.
Dumbledore hand.
Yeah, exactly. And what she does is then she has it on both sides. She then reaches out her hand to be kissed.
Yeah,
Sweet.
I'm all about that.
So Bardock would have a chance to lick that, and she would probably, Bardock, we talked about that.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm uncomfortable already. Trainsy, go ahead
That's
and
my
roll
job.
me. Go ahead and roll me a D10,000 because someone in chat loves you. Trolls loves you.
Indeed. Thank you, Charles.
6229.
6229. Middle ground. Middle ground is always a risky. Could be good. Could be bad.
It could be awful.
It's generally...
Fuck is going on with Jack?
I saw an amazing thing earlier, which is I demand that Trains' mutation be fantastic loots.
That's fair. That's fair. Fucking, what is this? This is the worst. This is the worst biometric search ever. It's completely irrelevant to anything. It's not even magic. Fucking goddamn it. So Humphrey, you find yourself being stirred awake, and you are awaking in the most comfortable, luxurious bed that you have ever slept in. You wake and you are in a pillow top queen-size mattress with 4 posts and a canopy over the top of it. It appears to
the
be,
added lumbar support.
it has the added lumbar support. It's memory
foam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It has 2 temperature control.
Oh,
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, and as you look around, you appear to be in like this luxurious mansion-esque cabin, in a familiar setting. It looks like you're on the ship, and you kind of come to and wake up, and you like look down at this isn't where I live. This isn't my bed, and you like put your hands up, and you see that your hands don't end in hands. They end in weird 2-toed hooves kind of things, and they're gray. They're like mottled gray, and you're just looking at your hands. And you have this overbearing feeling that your dream has finally come true. And as you fully appreciate your hippopotamus self, you hear, Humphrey, hey, Humphrey, hey. And then you hear boom, boom, boom on the side of your box as you are startled awake by a small mutant boy.
Oh.
Well, hello. Excuse me. Kind of peer around the box.
I wasn't ready for hippo voice.
I was not ready.
I wasn't ready for the hippo voice. Oh, that one caught me
Completely off guard.
right off guard.
We've been playing with Ada, who's so quiet, well spoken.
Hello. Stay a while and listen. You see a small, like 3 foot tall, scruffy looking, young mutant. Who has like dragonfly wings, and you can see that like one of the wings is like crushed and broken, like one of the quadrants of his wings. And he looks to you and he says, "Humphrey, I'm sorry I woke you up, but Maximin says it's your turn to pull guard duty tonight."
Oh, okay. I've haven't been employed recently. I'll do my best.
He says, "Do you remember where Bardock sleeps?"
Oh, I don't associate with Bardock anymore. He, in a way, gave me a hepatitis.
A hepatitis.
Hepatitis?
Mm-hmm.
Hippotitis. God damn it, Petra. And he says, "Oh, okay, fine. He's the other one that's on watch with you. I'll go find him." He says, "If you go down to the Palisades, and you know that the Palisades are at the front of the boat. Essentially, the boat is like shored. It's crashed into the shore, and there's like the entire front half has been destroyed, and there's a scrap palisade out there." And the boy kind of like nods to you quickly, and then starts to take off in the direction of wherever he thinks Bardock is.
So how did I become a hippo?
You woke up from a glorious dream in which you were a hippo, and now you are
Kafka for you.
sad reality that you are still just a regular mutant man.
Oh, I didn't even look at my hands to check.
No, you tell me. Would you look at your hands, or would you just be overjoyed that you were a hippo?
Oh my god, I love the idea. Like he just runs out on all fours and doesn't check. He's just like, I'm a hippo.
I think I will until like my first hand hits pavement. I'm gonna look at the 5 fingers, and then like a tear like becomes welled up until I realize I'm too dehydrated to cry. Oh, another day.
Literal encounter Eeyore.
Looking at his 5 fingers, just like, you're disgusting.
Why can't there
Uh,
just be two of you?
I look back at the calendars and then and I start walking with a Bardock.
Yeah, your wild magic, sirs, was the person suddenly wakes up on a 4-poster bed. That was it.
So I have a dope bed in my cardboard.
No, it was all a dream. You used to read Word Up magazine. Yeah, It was
Wow.
all a dream. You woke up in this luxurious cabin in this luxurious 4-poster bed, and you were a hippo man, and all of your dreams had come
Oh.
true.
Wait, you turned my wild magic wood red. I get a bed, and then
Yeah.
you turned it into a dream.
Hmm
Yeah.
You are a sick man.
I know. Yeah. Remember when I said I stifle creativity? This is it. I'm just fucking laying the hammer down. In
Exactly.
unmade game, we create you. So you head down towards the Palisades. There is another person there. Let's see here. Guys, I made so many NPCs. It's the only thing I prepared. You see another person, and the way the arc works is there's probably like 100, 150 people in here, and it's like a small town, so everyone knows everyone. You guys can choose how acquainted you are with certain people, but you can assume that everyone sort of has, you know, everyone's name and like a basis of what their occupation is or who they work for if they're known to work for somebody. So you see a stalker you've seen before. It is a man named Zeke. And Zeke stands out there, and he's just leaning over the top of the palisade, and he like has his pistol trained out there, kind of like looking warily for things. And he's by himself. The young boy seems to have been his counterpart. And he hears you approaching, and he looks over to you, and he says, Humphrey, welcome. Yeah, does the boy, did he go get Bardock, or is it just you today?
Oh, he just told me he said I'd maybe meet Bardock here.
Maybe a little bit quieter, Humphrey. It's
Okay.
it's guard duty, not a parade.
Oh, all right.
Says, I want you to be careful. I've seen something moving around out there. It could be the wind. It could be some fog rolling through. But Yasan and the other stalkers, they reported these strange animals. They walk on 2 legs like you do.
Okay. What do they look like?
Well, we haven't seen them up close yet. We've only seen them in the distance, but they appear to be walking on their hind legs, just like one of us. But usually they're covered in hair and they're very fast. They're not like the zone ghouls we normally see.
Well, what do you want me to do to them if I see one?
I'd prefer if you killed it.
Oh,
I mean, if you can capture it, I'm sure that Maximin will be okay with that. But yeah, I don't think they're good.
okay. I only usually like to use this axe for chopping wood, but I guess.
I feel like it works the same way. If you chop the wood and just pretend that the animal's a wood.
Oh, okay. Just kind of like starts sweating.
At the thought of killing somebody.
He just
So,
moves back and forth a little.
so have you ever had to enforce anything before, as an enforcer?
No, he is passive to the world. He is literally like, let's say that he was a successful person in life prior to the apocalypse, but as it happened, he has just navigated the environment through like sheer survival and scavenging and scrounging and avoiding people and kind of like self-inspiring by keeping tokens around that made him happy and think of the good times. So he's very much like a self-made, but he's a homeless person to now what is now standards, but in actuality he is an incredible like survivor that happened, like has made it along. So
Cool. All right. Yeah. So he looks to you and he says, "Yeah, I think the axe works the same way against wood as it does as people like us. So just swing away."
okay. I'll do my best. Okay.
Good. I think Bardock has whatever he calls a gun. So I'm sure he might be able to stop it before it gets to you. You might not have to do anything.
I think he's busy shooting something else. usually.
He's well. I see what you're doing there. Yeah, because the whole, no, he's got a problem.
Yeah.
We should talk to the elder about that.
Started off light-hearted and just crashed.
Yeah. He's probably gonna die soon.
So for 5 p.m. on the schedule, intervention.
Yeah, intervention. 19 minutes until we have to intervene for Josh. So the camera will pan over. And Bardock, are you asleep at this time of night? You guys don't really have a watch or a clock, so it's night. It's dark out.
No. He prefers the night. There's people around.
Sure.
And he can, if he really, really has to, he can sliver his way past people if need be. But yeah, he's currently in his room. So like, flash forward to his room. It's quite clearly was a this DJ booth, but now it's sort of, there's almost a little bit of like plant life that's grown in here.
Mm-hmm.
That's just sort of come up from like a floor below or something. Like maybe someone is actually trying to grow food, and it's, you know, it's vines and just loads of unedible shit that has just crawled into this place. And because it's in the center of the ship and this climate is Louisiana, it's hot as balls.
Mm-hmm.
And almost like that tropical environment, which is good because he is a lizard person now. So yeah, he's currently asleep on the ceiling, but not like, he can't attach to the ceiling. He's just like in a hammock right against the ceiling, but he's got his face to the netting, so he can see immediately if anyone walks into this tiny little soundproof booth.
Yeah. And you do wake up as this young dragonfly winged boy stumbles into your room and knocks over everything. Because you said you have like booby traps all over the place of just like things and pointy objects. And he doesn't see very well in the dark, and he walks in, like creaks open the door, and he's, Bardock? And then you hear a step, and then you hear just like clatter of all kinds of like tin cans and just things fall all around you. And then you see like a little boy like this, just scared and confused as to what just happened, and knows that he's in trouble.
You just, he won't see this, but Bardock's eyes sort of flick open with this sort of sideways opening eyelids and really quite gross rolling of the eyes back into place as he's got these pretty horrific lizard eyes. And he gives a little bit of a snarl and just says, "What's that then?"
He says, it's your turn. It's you and Humphrey to guard. You gotta go down to the Palisades.
To the Palisades?
Yeah.
Is that what you think? Is it? You come in here? Yeah?
That's what I was told.
Yeah? Who told you?
Maximin?
Yeah? You think he can fucking tell me what to do? Is that it? Is that what you think? You think you're Billy Big Bollocks? Is that it?
I don't know what that means.
You don't know what bollocks are?
No.
You never tasted bollocks before?
What?
No? You don't know? You're going to leave now? You're going to leave?
Okay.
You're going to leave? No, don't fucking leave. I didn't tell you to leave. Did I tell you to leave? No. You don't get to leave. You're going to fucking put that back where it was.
Put what back?
And
you just see him like reach down and like pick up a tin can full of like screws, and he like starts putting it on like a box that you have.
Bardock like jumps down from his hammock and lands like right in front of this guy, and it's just like, fuck are you supposed to be? What are you? What are you, the tooth fairy? Is that it? Is that it? You here for my teeth? Is that it?
I don't. No.
Some kind of sick joke? No?
I'm just here to tell you that it's
No, fuck off. No, stop. Hey, shut no. Don't open your mouth. No.
You can see like his insectoid wings just like flittering nervously, like he's about to get a beating.
Yeah. Go on, Scarpa. Piss off. Go on, go graft. Go on, see you later. Bye.
And he takes a few steps back and knocks over that jar he knocked over again, and then he just runs out of the room as quickly as his little tiny legs can take him.
Bardock like wipes off some shedding. Like he changes his pattern, so he now looks like he's wearing a leather jacket, but it's just his skin, and underneath there is like a Union Jack design underneath the black of the leather jacket. And he goes over and he picks up 4 tubes that are just gaffer taped together beyond all hell with a big handle, and there's literally a giant what looks like a flap attached by just some simple hinges. with spikes sticking out the back, and he just loads 4 big ass fucking higgledy-piggledy shotgun shells you've ever seen into them, and then marches out, stretch shins. Right, Palisade, and he's off.
Yeah. So it's a fairly clear night. There's a moon in the sky. Stars are out. It's quiet, cold, little chill in the air. And you make it there, and you see a friend, a companion of yours, who is decidedly not a hippopotamus. Who is, I feel like I missed something entirely. Who is decidedly not a hippopotamus, standing there with a man you know as Zeke, who is, as far as you know, a stalker, who is in the employ of Marlon. Zeke turns to you, having heard you come by, and he says, all right, good. So you're here, and you brought whatever that contraption is. So I'm off. This is it. Humphrey, don't forget to tell him about the thing with the animals and your axe.
All right. Yeah. Yeah.
Have a good night. And he turns.
Have a great night.
Again, with the shouting.
Oh.
Yeah. And then you see him scamper up the stairs. So you are now here at this Palisades. Basically, what it looks like is you have the whole front of the ship is off. It rusted a huge hole in it. And you guys have just taken scrap metal, rebar, wood, pallets, whatever you can use to make a ramshackle wall to defend against. And there is Walking Dead. You guys kind of have a set of staircase up so you can stand on it and peek over to watch if anything is coming in there. And you know that there's a rotational list of who gets guard duty on what nights. Usually Maximin, who is the biggest boss on the arc here. Usually he handles creation of that list. And usually there's that's the simplest punishment. He'll just put you on this for nights at a time, so you can't get a lot of sleep. So it is you guys. You guys drew the short straw this time, and it's you guys on this gate.
Cool.
So, how's the stuff?
What stuff?
You know, your hobby.
My hobby. What's that then?
Mechanical things.
Mechanical. Fix everything. That we talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not really a hobby, is it? Maintaining everything here. Keeping everything going, doing everything on my own. No, it's not really a hobby, is it? It's kind of vital, isn't it?
I could help you.
You could help?
Yes.
You're going to help? Do tell. Come on, cough up. Tell me.
I've got hands.
You got hands? Have you?
Yes.
You donating them, are you? Is that it? You donating your hands to me? You think I'm some kind of sick freak? Is that it? Not a friend who could use some hands. She's got fucked up hands. That what you want? Hand transplant?
I mean, if she needs them.
Yeah? Good. Come here. He pulls a really big, vicious-looking machete off his back. Come on. Chop, chop, literally. Not fucking around here.
But, I mean, can I use these for guard duty? Maybe another time?
What are you going to use? The hands? No, you're donating them. That's how it goes.
Oh, well, you see, there's this creature that we have to look out for. And if I don't have these hands to use my axe, then we can't chop the creature like wood.
Chop the creature like wood, is that it?
Yeah. I mean, we just attack the creature.
Just attack the creature. That's it, right? What does the creature look like? Is it big? Is it tall? Does it look like a sack of shit? Is it you? Is that it?
I mean, look down at my hands.
Good talk.
And I begin to feel like a sack of shit.
Barlow goes over the wall, mounts his shotgun on the wall, and just says, good talking.
As you look at your hands, you are unfortunately reminded that they are 5-fingered mutant hands and not a hippo again, and you immediately feel sad about it.
I knew what I was doing when I was looking at my hands.
And I need both of you to make me a scout roll. So the way rolling works in this game is you roll a massive pile of dice. There should be a skill test button on the bottom left-hand corner of your screen. If not, go into your macros and add it there.
What?
on the bottom left of your Roll20 screen, there should be a skill test button. If not, it's in your macros. So go to your macros, which is the dashes on the top right of your screen, and you should see a skill test.
Skill test in bar. There we go.
There we go.
Skill.
Everyone can do that as well if you'd like. So the way it works is you click skill test, and then your base die is whatever your attribute is. So for Scout, I believe it is agility, I think.
No, it's wits.
It's wits, thank you. So you add whatever your wits is, and then you hit submit, and then you add whatever your skill is, so your skill in Scout.
Okay.
And then you add whatever gear you have. So if you have like binoculars or something like that, that would help you scouting, you add that. If not, you'd add nothing. And then you hit roll. You hit submit again. So 1 success. That means you rolled at least 1 6, which means you automatically succeed. That's as simple as that. That's all you need is 1 success. So we have 1 success from Trainsy and 1 success from Josh here. Let's see here. Okay, so I rolled several successes. So when you roll subsequent 6s, all you need is 1 6 to succeed at whatever task you're trying to do. But if you roll more than 1 6, cool extra stuff happens. So you guys are scouting out there. You guys are kind of looking to see what's going on. And let me tell you what you see. Let me
lay something on you.
Let me lay something. Let me put it down here. Let me put my thing down and flip it in reverse. God damn it. The Ethernopian, thanks for following. Gentleman scholar. Yeah, cool. So you guys hear the crunch of a twig near you, like the snap of a moldy vine near you. But you look out over the Palisades, and you don't actually see anything. But you feel like you're being watched. You have this sudden dread that like something out in the zone is watching you guys. What do you guys want to do?
Something out there. Something give me the hairy eyeball.
Do you want to go out and look?
Do I want to fucking go out there?
Yeah.
Or do I look like a dog?
No.
So go on. Mush, chop, chop.
You look like a turtle.
That's racist, that is.
Oh.
Don't like that. Don't appreciate that. Don't need that.
I'm just going to go check. And Blake will leave immediately.
Bardock literally lines up the shot. No.
He like pops the back open, counts all 4 of them, closes it, and sighs.
Yeah.
Oh man, I like how just awkwardly confrontational that Bardock is. It's pretty funny. So what are you doing out there, Humphrey? Are you attempting to look around? You trying to scout out again? Trying to make that happen for you?
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna be. It's pretty like mildly dark out. I might. Can I use my sonar?
Yes, you can. So the way sonar works is you guys automatically succeed anytime you want to use your mutant ability. So every day you start with 1 mutant point. So you can spend your mutant point to activate your mutant ability. Let me just go down real quick to your sonar. So one of its uses, I assume the one you're using is sense your surroundings and effectively see in total darkness for a few minutes.
Absolutely. That's
Cool.
the one I was thinking of.
Cool. So I'm glad I can help with that. So what's great about mutation points is they can backfire. So they always succeed, but sometimes shit happens. So go ahead and roll me 1d6 real quick. 3. Okay. Well, that's the most neutral you can roll. So what that reads, so basically you roll a d6, and like if you roll a 1, you mutate. If you roll a 6, you get like double power. So a 3 is the mutation consumes twice the amount of MP mutation points you intended to spend on it without increasing the effect, but you can't drop below 0. So you only have 1 to spend, so you only spend 1. So you get no added bonus or detriment. So yeah, how does it look when you, as a non-hippopotamus, use sonar?
Imagine I get kind of constipated and just like try and open my like ears a little bit, and like I push them forward and stretch them out, but mostly keep my like cup as if it was being channeled from my ears, but it's probably not. Just like hum, hum, hum.
I love the fact it's just like so. So yeah, we're gonna start off with some sonar. First thing, Tracy. I need to be constipated. This is a must.
So you walk out into the zone. You wrench open the palisade. You pull the sheet metal to the side, and you sort of walk out there. You cup your hands behind your ears. You squint up, like you're gonna drop something, and you hum, hum, and as you hum, you can kind of see the noise reverberate around you, and out of, I guess it would be still considered your periphery. So from behind you, you see a tall, probably like 6 foot tall humanoid shape, like sort of hunched and like walking on its hind legs and like lurking into the part of the palisades that you just left open.
Hey, stop.
You see something like as you turn to like look at it, you see it like stop and then like quickly dash inside, and like the palisade rattles. Bardock, you hear the palisade rattle, but you didn't actually see the thing move inside. What do you want to do? What do both of you want to do?
I'm gonna go investigate. It's my gaff.
I'm gonna sprint after it.
Okay. Yeah, so you do, and as you start to like chase after this thing, you can see that it is now on all fours and running up the stairs into the arc. Are you going to bull rush after this thing? Are you going to try to shoot at it, Josh? What are you guys going to chase this and see what it does?
Yeah, I'm gonna chase it because bullets like are stupid expensive.
Yeah.
And I need to buy a load of drugs. So I'm just gonna like sling my super shotty, draw my big ass machete, and just start herring after this thing.
Sure. So go ahead and make me a move
Indeed.
test. Both of you can make me a move test.
Okay.
Move should be agility plus move.
Yeah.
And you guys don't have any bonuses to that.
So it's 4.
So Mad King Midas has donated 1,500 bits and said that he's really excited about your Edgelord Lizard.
I don't know what that means. What do I do with that?
Nothing. That's it. He just wants you to know that he's really excited about your.
I'm fucking mate. I'm so excited. Like I was really nervous because Mike was like, "Nah, I'll roll for mutations on a day." But yeah, lizard guy. I'm cool with that. I'm down.
Yeah. So let's see, Humphrey, you're slow because you try to move like a hippo and you want to be that big stompy guy. So it's a little slow for you. However, Bardock, you have 2 successes. What that means is you succeed at chasing this thing down, but you can also stunt. So for every extra 6 you roll, you can help a friend chase up there with you.
I really wish I had some friends with me.
That's fucked up.
We are not allies. Like this is you made us pick people we didn't like. He picked me.
That's true. He did pick you as the first thing that's like.
Yeah.
So yeah, you get like a burst of speed and you take off up this thing. Like you saw it jump, you'd like jump down, you meet it like halfway up the stairs, and you're just chasing after this thing. How do you want to catch up to it?
Do I get to tackle him or anything like that?
You can, yeah. If you want to like race in front of it and stop it, if you want to like jump and tackle it and like roll to the ground, you tell me. How do you catch this guy?
Do I have a tail? I'm
Yes.
kind of Yeah. Cool.
Why not?
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Like
cool.
a vestigial.
Yeah.
Just a stun.
Just to make it look like I shit on Trainsy more, I'll give you a tail.
Yeah. Cool. Good. Okay. So I rush forward, and as I sort of like we get to a corner and we both go around the corner like on all fours, and I just managed to hurl myself, use the tail for extra momentum, and I'm literally going to grab it sort of round the waist, tackle it with both hands, with a machete like in my teeth, just snarling at this thing.
Yeah, so like you see it like bank around a corner, and you like use your tail as a springboard and like launch off the corner and get like a flying lizard leap on this thing. With a loud clatter, you just tumble ass over end on this thing, and you come out on top. And as you look down, this looks like a dog or a wolf.
Cool.
but it's a person.
Okay.
This is a person you have pinned down. They have fully articulate arms and legs, like just like a mutant like you, except they have an elongated snout. They're covered in hair. They have like glowing yellow eyes and like snarling teeth, with, like a little bit of drool on there, and it's underneath you, like snarling up at you. What do you want to do?
I yell back, like not knowing that Hippo Man has fallen behind me. I yell back to Humphrey, like take the machete from my teeth, so I can actually yell and just say, "See, that is a fucking dog. That is a fucking dog. That is what I was talking about earlier." And then I'd like to put my basically I want to put my machete in its mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Because they've got the long snouts.
Mm-hmm.
Take like the other hand, and I'm just going to like push down. And I don't know if I don't want to kill this thing. I don't know if I need to make a fight roll or anything if it's resisting. But I'm just gonna just look at it and just say, "Fuck are you doing in my gaff? You didn't pay the toll. You didn't fucking know. Not even that."
Toll.
Yeah.
So as he's just going on and on about this thing, about how it's a dog,
Yeah.
Humphrey, that's when you arrive and you see him pinning this thing down. And Bardock, you can make me a manipulate roll if you're trying to like question this guy.
Oh, good. I have all of the empathy.
Mm-hmm.
No.
That's your strong suit, I heard.
Yep. So this is me going in with a 2 total.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah.
No.
So you see this thing like it. You know what? It is going to make a fight check against you. So yeah, you're asking it, "What are you doing here? You didn't pay the toll." Once upon a lie. Thanks for that follow. You are a gentleman and a scholar. Yeah. So you're asking, "You didn't pay the troll. What are you doing in here?" And you kind of have it in its mouth, and it is going to snarl and fight back and try to tip you over because as it's realizing you are not a lizard person, as it knows, and thinks that it can easily take you down. So make me a fight check.
Do I get a bonus for having a machete?
You do. I believe it is a +1 bonus for machete. Is that what I think? Is that on your character sheet? It should be.
No, you
weapon?
didn't give me a weapon,
Well,
and I've also lost the scrap rifle, but don't worry, we'll get to that.
Yeah, I believe it is a +1. So you have a +1 for gear.
Oh dear.
All zeros, huh? Oh no. Okay, so
No,
you got
no.
one success.
Yeah.
Cool. So, oh Jesus. So we got another follower here. Rocker Biller. Thanks for hitting that follow button, and you are a gentleman and a scholar.
Whoop whoop.
Yeah, so this thing is going to fight back against you. You have one success. Let's see what this thing gets for its successes. So let's see. We got that number. We got this number. Boom.
We got the maths.
We got
all
the
the
maths. Okay, cool. So you guys are locked in heated combat. This thing has clamped its teeth down on your machete, and you're not able to wiggle it back and forth at all. Like it's clamping on it.
I'm putting all my weight. I'm just trying to take the top of this thing's head off.
Okay. Yeah. So it is. So you're fully on top of this thing, pushing
Yeah.
down. It's clamped on. It's like trying to do that dog shake thing off of you.
Yeah.
And Humphrey, you see these guys just locked in some death blows. What do you want to do?
I think I'm gonna clumsily go over to Bardock and see, like, trip into him and see what that results in terms of the fight.
You're just gonna stumble over Bardock.
Yeah, like, let me help you.
So, are you trying to aid in the fight, or are you trying to separate the two of them? What's your ultimate goal here?
I think I'll just be so awkward that I'll both try to like lift Bardock up, but also push the dog down.
Okay.
And I think it's just gonna come out as me tumbling into them both.
Yeah. Okay. Then in that case, roll me a fight check just to see what happens here.
That's just the D6
It would be
plus...
it would be your strength. So you click on the skill test. It would be your
Gotcha.
strength plus your fight.
My fight is plus my axe, but I'm not actually using the axe.
Okay. So then don't use your axe.
Oh, plus my fight. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
never
So
mind.
it's strength, fight, axe. It's three separate things.
I will not use the axe. So
Okay. So 2 successes. In search of games. Thank you for hitting that follow button. You are a gentleman and a scholar. Guys, as soon as I update this, I believe that puts us at 1 away from a viewer decision. one follow away
Whoop.
until you guys get to torture me as the DM for the first time. I
Yeah.
get to be on the receiving end of the
Of all
shit
the shit.
sandwich. Yeah, so you have 2 successes. So with 2 successes, you can stunt on fight. Let me see. Let me double check here what that does for you. So you can push, throw objects. Yeah, so you can do exactly what you said. So you basically like stumble forward and you're like, oh, can I help you? And you sort of fall in a way that if anyone was looking would know that it was sort of on purpose, but you kind of roll in place in between the two of them, and you sort of pop Bardock off. The wolf still has this machete in its mouth, and now you are like laying perpendicular on top of the wolf, sort of pinning its arms down, and it's just underneath you, just shaking violently. What do you guys? So Bardock, you are now just like toppled ass over end over on the other side of this guy, and Humphrey is now on top of this thing. What do you guys? What's your big play here?
Oh, I got him. Bardock, sorry. Rascal. Why are you here? Beast.
Bardock like dusts himself off, and I'm gonna let Trainsy do like his manipulate, but I am going to walk up behind Humphrey and do something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I'll tell you in a second.
Does Will go by 10s for the followers? I assume it's 10s. I'm just gonna pretend it's 10s. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have a viewer decision. I will bring that in a minute or so here. So yeah, go ahead and roll me a manipulate, Humphrey.
Okay, so it's
That should be empathy plus manipulate.
cool. I am probably not going to succeed.
You do not succeed. So you are
And
asking
it's a
its
one.
questions.
Is that a failure
It's
at
not.
all?
So the way ones work is, in fact, you know what? Since you have a 1 and not a success, so there's something you can do called pushing your roll. So now when you push a roll, you hold all of your 6s and all of your 1s, and you re-roll the remaining dice. Now what that does is for every 1 you roll, you gain a mutation point, and you take some damage. But you can re-roll to see if you want to succeed. If this is a really important task to you, you can re-roll to succeed. So for you to do that, you would so you rolled 2 1s actually. So you would roll 1 for your base die, and then that's it. You'd roll 1 because you don't have anything in empathy, or you don't have anything in manipulate.
Yeah, I'm fine.
So yeah, every 1 you roll, you would get a mutation point, and you would take that many number of damage to your whatever base pool you're running. So for you, you'd take 2 empathy damage.
Gotcha.
So yeah, you see this thing and you're asking it questions and you're kind of like in that wrestling position over the top of it. And then you realize that your arm is sort of still jutted out to the side, and you're preventing this thing from spitting out the machete that is clamped in its jaws, and it thusly cannot answer you, and is just trying to flip you off of it and spit out this machete. And Bardock, you said you were about to do something. You were going to walk behind.
Yeah. I walk up, and while this thing is pinned, and Humphrey is in the way, so he can't see, as his legs sort of thrashing around on the other side, I'm going to kick it as hard as I physically can with a pair of Doc Martens straight in the bollocks.
Okay. I will give you... Wait, you're kicking the wolf, right? I just to be sure, but you're not kicking Humphrey. I feel like it's a valid question.
I'll probably hit Humphrey a little bit.
Yeah. So I will give you, because your friend is pinning this guy, I'll give you a +2 bonus to that. So what that means is you roll your dice normally for a fight, and then add +2 under like gear or whatever.
Okay, that.
2 successes.
Yeah.
So so you just go in on this guy. Let's see here. So you can... Yeah, that's really it. It just suffers extra damage in the nuts.
Yeah.
That's rough. So... So, Humphrey, you hear the clop, clop, clop of Bardock walking around the side of you. And then you hear the clatter of this machete drop out of the wolf's mouth, and you hear an agonizing howl like right next to your ear as this thing like screams and then passes out because you just delivered it a massive kick to the balls, and it's now unconscious.
I'm gonna walk round to the machete, pick the machete up, look to Humphrey, grab this thing's hand, and I'm just going to lop its hand off and just say, this is what I'm fucking talking about. Donations, all right? Don't be a prick. And then I'm going to go in search of someone to hand this specimen into.
I'm going to check my breath.
So as you cut the hand off this thing, so as you like, Humphrey is still laying down on top of it, you like reach up, grab its hand, you lop the hand off, and Humphrey, you are treated to another agonizing howl as this thing wakes back up after having its hand chopped off while it was still alive, and is now screaming and flailing its bleeding arm underneath you as it's trying to reach its other arm past you to like cover its bleeding arm.
I look at Humphrey and I'm just like, fucking shut that thing up, will you? It's making a mess out of everything, all right?
Okay. And
There's just blood squirting out of this thing.
I take the blunt side of my axe and try and hit him in the head.
You remember?
You know what? You do. This thing's bleeding out. You're pinned on top of it. You just club it like a baby seal, and it passes out again.
And then I scurry. I'm looking for like any shrapnel or cloth or something. I'm wearing like jogger, like my shorts were actually at below the knee length, but they've come up to like booty short level of raggediness. So I'm gonna pull off like some from the top thigh and try and like really like tourniquet his arm if I can.
Sure. Yeah. Roll me a heal.
Oh God.
Should be empathy plus heal.
Yeah. Oh, Billy Bob.
Healing goes off empathy. Oh dear.
Yeah. You feel real good about it.
Yeah.
Yep.
So now again, you can. Wow, that's a lot of ones. I was gonna say you can push if you want, but you can only roll one dice off that push.
That's 3 1s and a 2.
Yeah.
I will not push.
Okay. Yeah. So you do. You tear off. So now you have like Hulk jeans on, where you have like one is longer than the other one, and you're just making a mess of this thing, and you sort of just tie it like above the forearm, but you do nothing to dress the actual bleeding wound because you're not really sure how tourniquets work, and it's still just spraying blood, and it's getting very slippery and gross. As I'm sure Bardock is still yelling at you while shaking a hand of a wolf in your face.
I just turn around. I literally turn around to Humphrey and just say, "You struggling there? You struggling?"
I mean, I was supposed to capture him or
look, captured. There, he's captured. Do you need some assistance there? Is that what you want? Do you want some assistance? Just ask.
Yeah, please.
Cool. Here's a hand. I throw you the hand and I walk away.
As you walk away,
I like juggle it around as he throws it.
Oh no, it's a hand. As you turn to walk away, you see someone on the bridge of the ship where you guys ran up to, and he sees you, and then immediately starts to run up the deck, and you just hear clang, 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 clang of someone ringing a bell, and you know this is the warning bell that like someone is attacking us or someone is here that shouldn't be. And all of a sudden you start to hear, like, you see like candles come out, you see like little torches come out, and like a bunch of people are starting to make their way to the deck. Madam Ivana, you are one of those people. You come out of your shop, being on the quarter deck there, where all the resort things are, and the what was a pool once is. You guys have you have prime view of that, and you can come out and you see this massive, like in the shuttleboard court, if that's what those are called. You see you see Humphrey is on top of this thing, juggling a hand, trying to staunch the bleeding flow of this wolf creature. And Bardock is super casually just walking away with his 4-barreled shotgun slung over one shoulder, probably whistling a tune. Yeah, and a machete on the other side with blood all over it.
Yeah.
Ivona is still stretching, sort of after being woken up in the middle of the night, and then she's looking down at the scene, and I assume she's still in some distance.
Yeah.
And then she goes, Humphrey, what is going on there? What are you doing?
I'm like trying to put the hand back on and wrapping with like the fake tourniquet, and then I like set it down and just I took the dog thing. I found it.
What is that?
It's a dog thing.
Also, hey Bardock, how you doing?
Bardock like turns around immediately and walks over to you and like, Good. Yeah, no, good. Not bad. Kind of.
And she reaches forward to gently
Mm.
pat his cheek.
Mm.
I'm glad to
You just
hear that. So
lick-
what is this situation here?
Didn't pay the toll, so had to cut him up. Yeah. Awful business, terrible business, yeah. So anyway, more
I would
importantly-
say so. All that blood, who's gonna clean that up?
I can.
There you go. You got a Muppet to do. There you go. Everything's sorted. No worries.
Oh no,
drama.
Humphrey, I think you did enough. Bardo,
Oh,
don't let him always do all the things.
It's okay. It's all right. Look, it made a mess everywhere. Look at all that blood everywhere.
So as you guys are talking, you hear like hurried footsteps, and you guys can kind of see there's a crowd gathering around you. And then in a booming voice over the crowd, you hear, "What is this? What have you done on my deck? This is ridiculous."
Oh my.
And there is a man who is wearing an old-timey captain's uniform that does not seem like it would have belonged on this ship. You're not really sure where it came from, but you guys immediately recognize him as Maximin, who is the major boss on the boat here.
Is it a mail order sailor's outfit?
Yeah. There's like chaps.
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
So he comes out there. He has like it's like the British Royal Navy, and it even has the fucking hat with the admiral's hat.
Yeah.
And he just comes over. He says, "What is this? Why are you bleeding all over my ship? What is this dog monster? What have you done, Humphrey?"
I'm sorry. I tried to capture him, and somebody told me to kill him and chop him into wood. And
Bardoc's just shaking his head, and he's just like, "It's disgraceful, absolutely disgraceful. Look at how messy he's made." And Bardoc's already cleaned his machete and then stowed it,
Like
and it's
on
just
Humphrey.
yeah, he's literally just cleaned it on Humphrey, so he's covered in blood, and it's just like, "Nah, it's outrageous. It's outrageous. I'd exile him."
Well, we don't need to exile. Quite. Who told you to kill the beast? Who gave you this order?
Yeah, who gave you that order?
It's
My
all
friend,
right,
the guard-
Humphrey.
guard duty man guy, the lizard boy, told me to come here and.
The lizard boy? Are you talking about Bardock? Bardock, did you tell him to kill this wolf creature?
No, I mean insect boy with the wings, not Bardock. Bardock
Yeah.
is
Too
the
fair.
guy.
Twit, the little boy.
No,
He
Yes.
told you to kill.
No, he didn't. No, shut up. Shut up. It was Zeke. You remember Zeke? You know Zeke? Lives on a wall. He goes on watch. He's a good man. Solid man. Does what he's told. This man here, Humphrey, this one, that one, twat, see him, right there. Yeah, he took things too far. That's how it all got out of hand. Literally, this guy's out of the hand. See how that happened? It's all because of him.
God damn it.
This is my favorite character.
So this guy, so Maximin just kind of like looks at you exasperated, and like he understands how you are, and he just sort of waits till you rattle yourself out until you run out of breath, so to speak. And then he looks over to like where he stays, and you can tell that he has like the largest part here. He actually stays where what the hell do you call the bridge? He stays on the bridge. He like looks over there, and you see like a crew full of people all just standing there. They have like various scrap rifles. And he like looks back and he calls out, "Zeke, get down here!" And Zeke sort of went down. He says, "Did you tell Humphrey to kill this man?" And Zeke looks over and he says, "Yeah, no, I said, boss. He said there was animal guys running around here. They tried to break in the ship, so we all wanted them dead." Maximin looks over to you guys and he says, "No, I said that I wanted him kept alive. Now look at him. He has no hand. He's out of hands. Things have gotten out of hand."
Don't try and no. It's not your forte, mate. Not your forte. Not what you need to be doing right there. No.
I'm trying to conduct business, Bardock. You zip it.
But I'm just telling you right now. See, he's out of hand. That's the problem. But that was my joke, and then you took my joke. Like I don't. What's
Any
that about?
joke that I want on this ship is my joke. I am the captain, and you will.
Yeah,
refer to
you're
me as
right.
such.
You're absolutely right. You are a joke. That's absolutely glad we established that. So
At this point, Bardock would feel the point of Evona's derringer poke into his back. If I were you, I'd shut the fuck up.
that's because you have an irritating voice. And then
I mean, I'm not going to stop you from shooting each other.
Episode 1. Look, Will's just turned up. I can tag out if need be. Like, you can just coup de grace me now.
I
We'll jump.
I
Destroy
have your mouth
cameras.
right now. I have your mouth, Josh. Like I'm your head, and then you're literally. This is the first time I've ever had a beard in my life.
Yeah.
Isn't it awful? It's just so scratchy and annoying.
No, it's
Yeah.
Evil.
So you feel this Derringer, and you are now bickering with Lady Ivana.
Oh, he's bickering. I'm not bickering. I'm just
Okay.
trying to save his hide.
Yeah, he is bickering, just full speed, rapid fire conversation to an indifferent wall of a person. Maximin kind of looks over, and you, Humphrey, you'd probably see him. He puts his hand on a rather large woman. She is probably like 6'5", almost 7 feet tall, and she has 4 arms, and all of them are probably the size of you. And she was actively coming over to wherever Bardock was in a very menacing manner. Maximin kind of puts his hand up and like stops her, and then he walks over to you and he says, "Now, Humphrey, tell me now, calmly, what happened here?"
I was told to find Dogman. Dogman was here, and then he got inside, and Bardock was good enough to find him, and then his hand went away.
How did his hand go away?
Well, I look over at Bardock.
Bardock just smiles at you in the least comforting way.
What is it, Humphrey? You can say it. You don't have to be shy.
He's just maybe he was injured and came for help.
I just say, more importantly, how did he get in? How did he get in? We've got a palisade, haven't we?
He ran in.
How did he run in?
I'm slow. I'm sorry. I'm just not very.
Oh,
It's
it's
my
okay.
first
it's okay.
time on guard duty. This is the first job I've had since.
No, Humphrey, don't worry about it. It's okay because we have a palisade, so we couldn't possibly have got in because you remembered to close the door when you left from the palisade, didn't you?
I thought I jumped over the barricade.
You okay? So you left it open. Is that what you're saying? So you just left the gate open? Is that it?
I didn't even open the gate.
You didn't open the gate. Okay, so you didn't check the gate at all. You decided you saw the gate was open and you decided to jump over the wall. What are you thick?
Yes.
Maximin steps forward and he says, "Silence, every one of you! This is both of your faults. You were on guard duty. Muba," and he points to the woman who has the 4 arms, says, "Take him to the chroniclers." And she comes over and she like picks you up, Humphrey, and just like deposits you back down, and then scoops up the man whose hand falls off, and then she reaches back down with one of her other arms and takes the hand. Now she's just cradling this wolf monster as she goes through this thing. Says, "These creatures have been attacking us here. My scouts have Zeke has seen this thing. I believe they almost got Gulag. Now, it's brazen enough to break in here. We must interrogate this and find out what it wants. But without a hand, it's going to be very difficult to keep it alive. So whoever is wielding a weapon that could cleave hands and has a propensity for violence, perhaps this is partly your fault as well." And like he's just staring at you the whole time, Bardock. He says, "Anyway."
Bardock just points to the fact that he has a shotgun, like completely like what?
He points with his machete hand that he has a shotgun, holding the machete up. And he says, we will, in assembly tomorrow, we will discuss what is to happen with this thing. For now, no one goes in the zone. Double the security." And he looks over to a woman you guys have seen before. She is, she's shorter. She's in like jeans, like workers' overalls. And you know her as one of the smaller bosses on the ship. Her name is Marlot. And Marlot usually takes care of like the security and training people. And she says, "Marlot, I need you to take one of the stalkers, get them out there, put them back on." And Marlot leans down to a mutant named Petrenko. And Will, welcome to the stream. It's glad you joined us. So describe to us what Petrenko looks like real quick.
Is this a rolling roleplay? Petrenko is a guy. He's pretty thin. He looks like a stalker from the Stalker franchise, I suppose. So he's got a big, heavy gas mask. He's got a scrap rifle, I believe, which is probably slung over his back right now. Not much of his face is visible. And he is in I not sounding good? Oh, I'm on a... No, I'm on the right mic. Weird. I'll fix that in a second. Yeah, he's in this long overall coat currently, which is probably some kind of anti-radiation.
Yeah, so she leans down to you and she says, Petrenko, I need you to clean this up. We need to get this under control. Take these two idiots and fix them up and get them back on the wall.
I nod.
Yeah, so she does that, and then she turns to Lady Ivana, or sorry, Madam Ivana, and she kind of nods to you, and you know that you guys have a pretty, I don't know, standard relationship. You know a few people that work for her, so she's pretty neutral towards you, despite your illicit affairs. She doesn't actively send whatever her equivalent to the police force is after you. Like I said, she maintains the security force here. So she kind of nods to you, and then like motions towards Bardock and Humphrey, because she knows that you know both of them, and she says, maybe you help clean them up, get them back to fighting shape, my dear.
And Ivona just smiles and grins and says, I'm on it. No worries.
And then she like stomps back with like a few of her crew members, to include, let me see here, who the hell do you know in her? So to include a rival of young Bardock's there, Pontiac, who is another gearhead.
He's a douchebag.
He is a douchebag. Yeah, he fixes
Nothing.
fixes all the things that Bardock says he fixes on the ship, and he makes a big deal about it when he does. Yeah.
Can you give me a quick catch up here, Mike?
No, I decided
Okay.
I guess I decided against it. Yeah. No, what happened is, so you guys live on an Ark. You guys live on a crashed, derelict cruise ship. This is the first night of the game, and you guys, these two, Bardock and Humphrey, they were on guard duty when a werewolf broke through.
Kind of creature.
A wolf humanoid broke through the palisades and ran up. They deftly stopped it by pinning it to the ground and severing one of its hands and kicking it in the balls.
I kicked it in the balls so hard it passed out and then cut its hand off and it
Yeah.
might bleed to death.
Yeah.
And apparently we need to interrogate it, which is not
Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. You've caught up.
That's it.
And my job is to...
So your boss, Marlot, leaned over and asked you to sort of help get these guys back into fighting shape and put them back on the wall, because the bigger boss, Maximin, has said double the security. So he wants more people on the walls and the palisades, because if one of these wolves finally attacked, we need to be watching out for that kind of situation.
Okay, yeah, I'll look the two. Do they look visibly wounded?
Nope,
Yeah.
none of them are wounded at all. Although Humphrey is covered in blood.
Okay.
It's not his.
Then I will shrug and say, back to the wall then.
And as you do, first, Will, roll me 2d6s.
Because we
That I
got to mute.
shall.
We got
I
to
got to
mute.
mutate, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
fuck yeah.
We got to make.
We're looking forward
progress.
to this bit. I rolled a 1, a 5 for a total of 6.
So 15. Man, fucking Will shows up an hour and a half late and gets the cool one. Will, you have flame breath.
Oh,
Yeah, I do.
You can spew flammable gases and ignite them on the way through your gullet to create a deadly cascade of fire. You can set fire
Okay.
to flammable objects, you can spew fire at an enemy, and you can breathe fire at a number of enemies equal to whatever you spend for MP. So you have 1 mutation point, so you can use it once per day until you earn more mutation points. Yeah,
Okay.
you have fire breath.
In
So
that
it's like a
case,
dragon.
yeah. In that case, I'm
Well,
gonna have
Will
like
is.
this.
He's not a lizard at all.
Yeah, I'm gonna have this like burnt like throat area. You can tell like it's just like burnt skin where
Yeah.
like because when I breathe fire, it could totally like scorches my own throat as well.
I dig it.
Because I'm like a dragon, but I have none of the resistance to fire.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna head off the wall for them. Probably sounds a bit more kind of Darth Vader-y, really, because of the mask.
just so you know, Will. I love it. So I am part lizard. I have lizard skin.
You're
as
the
eyes.
Ledjord, right?
He is a reptilian.
Yeah, I'm a reptilian. Petra got
Super sniffy. I'm a tracker.
Oh yeah, she can smell really far, and we have a sonar hippo that isn't a hippo. who is
But wants to be
Hmm.
one.
wants to be a hippo.
When he grows up.
Because you
Dream
know
big,
hippos have
Yeah.
sonar.
Yeah,
It's
so
a
nice.
standard feature on hippos. It's a
Beep,
good.
beep,
Yeah.
beep, 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 beep.
So those are mutations.
Okay.
So, since the viewer decision, that's already what that character looks like. So I'm just gonna tweak that just a scotch for it to make actual sense for Trainsy.
Okay.
So, Humphrey, as you are wiping the blood from your body, you're like getting it off of your head, and you're sort of like you're covered in this sticky, viscous, coated blood that like seems to be coagulating, like right off the bat. No flaying, just coagulation. And you're like rubbing it off of your head because it's like you can taste it. And as you do, you flick your hands over the side of your ears, and your ears feel strange. Your ears don't feel like they're flattened against the side of your head anymore. They feel almost like conical ears jutting out of the side of your head, and they feel smaller.
Huh. Just kind of like flick them back and forth.
Yeah, you still
Briefly.
seem to be able to hear quite well out of them. They're just small, almost hippo-like ears, one could say.
Kind of.
Are we able to see that?
Yeah, you can all see that his like. So if you have any interactions with Humphrey before, you notice that he looks a little bit different. Like something about him, like he got a new haircut, but you know that he didn't in the last 5 seconds. His ears look smaller and like scrunched up, and you can see like a mottled gray patch on either ear and like some parts on his like where the blood is that he's wiping off. You can see like there's a few like speckles of this weird gray.
Huh.
Hey, Humphrey, what happened there? I can't say I've seen that before.
Why am I talking British?
Hello. Oh, now.
I have that effect on people.
I don't know. I've never been covered in another person's blood. Is this like a skin reaction?
Well, it could be, but
And I reach out and I, with my beloved hand, I touch one of the ears.
does it hurt when I do
It
that?
like recoils almost out of.
Like a slug's eye.
Yes, or like a hippo's ear. What
Yeah.
would you like?
Oh no. I kind of like shiver a little bit.
I'm sorry, honey. Should I not do that? I will not touch it again.
Most
no,
likely
it's just-
it's a mutation.
I'm not used to being touched.
I look at his skin where it's starting to change colour and go grey in places, and I just say, "You taking the piss?"
No, I'm not
you should be-
stealing whatever you do.
You shifting colours to mimic me? Is that it? Is that what we're doing now?
I think you should be thanking me.
For what exactly? For letting this thing in? Thanks. Really appreciate that. Redecorating the corridor? Thanks.
You tell
Really
him,
appreciate it.
Humphrey. Father,
I-
don't be such an asshole all the time.
I covered your butt.
You talking about my arse now? You coming on to me, Humphrey? Is that it? Is this a date? Is this what this was all about? Did you arrange to be on the wall with me tonight? You propositioning me? Juliet won't be happy about that. I'm engaged. You should know that.
Boys, why don't we just get going?
We have a wall to protect. Enough of dates.
Yeah, too right. Bardock walks away, just fucking disgusting.
And as you begin to walk away, in an
You die.
instant, you die immediately, guys. That was it. Shortest campaign ever.
Wow. Good game, guys.
Yeah, great. This is 8 weeks in one day. Cool.
Well done.
The
Well done.
the night sky is illuminated like daylight. A massive white orb is just rocketing through the sky, casting light wherever it goes. And you guys see it like trail off into the distance. And then you feel like tremors through the ground. And there's a massive explosion in the far distance. And everyone that is on top of the boat, everyone's on top of the ark, all stops and like turns to watch this thing streak across the sky. And then just... And it is back to darkness.
What in heaven's name is that?
Where did everyone get these sunglasses from? you see Maximin, who was walking away, and he was almost inside of his. God damn it, Will! Don't fucking egg them on.
I'm here to encourage all shenanigans.
You see Maximin turn back from the bridge and run down the stairs, and you see a guy you guys recognize who also ironically wears sunglasses at all times of the day, and he has like a slimy business suit on, like he looks very grimy. He looks like a used car salesman. You see him like sort of see him and then like slowly chase after him, and he runs in the direction of Marlot's. I don't even respect you anymore, Josh. You see him run in the direction of where Marlot lives, and you know that is Maximin and his right hand man, Sixter, who is another fixer on the boat, and they are charging towards Marlot's. Do you guys want to pursue them, or do you guys want to go do your due diligence and head back to the wall?
Ivona goes after that other fixer. She wants to find out what he has to say.
Sure.
What's going on?
God damn it, Josh. So yeah, you turn and you fucking Josh. You turn and avoid this argument that's happening in front of you, and you start booking towards Marlot's place. Humphrey, Bardock, and Will, whatever the hell your name is, Petrenko. Where do you guys go? You guys return to the wall, or do you follow your madam?
I think I'll head to the wall. Would I be able to see better from the wall?
No, so the wall is okay. So if you look actually on the Roll20, if you look, the front end of the boat is destroyed, and there's a palisade wall just to try to prevent like things like that wolf creature jumping in there. Marlot lives towards the back of the boat, so she's running the opposite direction you were told to go.
Fuck. I'll follow her. Yeah, I'll follow her.
Now, so I know that Petra, you don't have. So Madame Ivana doesn't have any allegiances to any one particular boss. Bardock, I know that you only have allegiances to your drugs and your car. Humphrey, do you owe any allegiances to any of the bosses? You know that there's 3 of them on the boat. There is Maximin, who is like the head boss. He's like the biggest guy in charge. There's Marlot, who is in charge of security. And there's another new guy named Oscatarian, who is a strange, like pseudo-religious leader on the boat.
Does it have something to do with their diet? Because it sounds like pescatarian.
It doesn't. It doesn't have anything to do with that actually at all. That is just a odd coincidence.
Does he only eat ossels?
He only eats ocelots. Yeah.
Pure, very strict diet.
Yeah.
Very strict.
Only ocelots. It's he has a crew of stalkers that go out in the wilderness to find mutated ocelots.
That's my main job, really.
Yeah.
That's Petrenko.
I imagine Oscatarium.
Okay.
Oscatarian.
Yeah, so you know that Oscatarian, he runs the Sentinels of the Apocalypse and believes that like it's not the mutants' job to usher in a new world and use technology to be better.
Yeah, I think he probably gave me a meal once just to like deliver me scripture. So, and while eating, go like, interesting. Oh, I'll definitely consider that. And then I think Maximum. I kind of respect him for the way that he spoke to Bardock. So I see him as competent, or at least competent enough.
Sure.
And then the other guy, I don't believe that I've had too much of a
Marlot. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe Marlot has kept me in that certain state of poverty.
Okay. So yeah, so if you guys are interested, you guys can see a list of all the NPCs inside of the folder there. Those 3 bosses are included in there. So all 3 of you turn tail and start to run towards. Oh, sorry, all 4 of you now start to turn tail and run towards Marlot's area. Mm-hmm. So by the time you guys get there, you can see like through the window that Maximin and Marlot are in a heated conversation, and you can see like sort of like pulling like a Samwise Gamgee. He's like against the door and like leaning on the window is Sixter in his shitty little suit, and he's trying to like listen as closely as he can through the window.
So he's out on the outside. Oh, okay.
He's on the outside. Yeah.
That's why it's the Samwise. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, he's like peeking in there, listening on the window, trying to listen inside. And you can see a very like there's like a candle and like a torch on the wall, and you can see a very animated Maximin shouting. And you don't need to press your ear against the wall to hear that he's shouting about whatever that light was. And he says, we need a party. We need to send someone out into the zone. There needs to be an expedition. First, we have these wolves and these animal creatures, and then this light. And Marlot is over there in the background. She says, we can't afford to send people. We don't have any food. We don't have any water to send them out with. We're barely keeping it along as it is. What do you guys want to do while you're out here? You guys want to just hang out and scope out the scene?
Would it be polite to knock on a door? Would there be like a protocol for this?
Yeah, you could knock on the door.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah. Before he can do that. Ivona would, from one of her long gloves, pull her cigar holder that she found somewhere. For her program, and she uses it to tap Sixter on the shoulder.
Yeah, he's like fully engrossed in the window, and he turns to me and says, "What do you want? What are you doing here? I thought that Maximin told you guys to get to the wall.
You need someone to go into the zone.
What? He didn't announce that yet. What do you? This is privileged information.
I just heard him say that.
Yeah, but he said it in confidence to Marlot. He didn't. He said the assembly's tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh, Sixter, I wonder how you're able to do your job if you're always so impatient. Why don't you just calm down?
So roll me and manipulate there, Lady Ivana.
Okay.
That should be empathy plus what do you call it? Manipulate. Will, for you, if you go to your macro tab in the top there should be a skill test macro. Add that to your bar, and that's what we use to roll.
In
5
bar.
and 7. Okay.
What science is this? Oh fuck! Do you want me to roll it?
Nope, not yet.
Okay.
Unless you're trying to do something that I'm unaware of.
No, I was just gonna say, tell him that we said it, that we're here, kind of thing.
Okay. So let's see how he responds to Madame Ivana.
Nope.
Nope. So he says, what do you mean how I'm in so patient? That's how I get things done very fast. We get it done, chop, chop. That's why I'm the best. I'm the best on the boat. What are you doing? You selling your little drugs? I'm running the whole operation. Everything goes through me.
Yeah,
Gulag goes through me. Everyone goes through me.
Oi, Sixter, shut up.
What?
Listen, what do you say about no food, no water? What's that all about? You want to talk to me about that, do you?
I mean, it's pretty obvious. We're low on food and water.
Yeah? Okay. So, doing a fucking fantastic job, aren't you? No, seriously, well done. GG. No, I'm impressed. Seriously, everyone take a moment. Round of applause.
It's all right, Bardock. Don't stress the man out. Can't you see that he's already suffering from high blood pressure?
If there is no water and food, then we need to go out to the zone as it is. Tell him that we are here, and that Petrenko said he is going into the zone.
You know what? I'm gonna let you eat that bullet, Petrenko. You're on good terms, so yeah. You know what? I'll do that, and you can tell him. And you see him like open the door, and he says, "Hey, we got a couple of ruffians here. Petrenko brought his friends, and they're talking about some nonsense." And he just like pushes the door open, and both Marlot and Maximin kind of like turn towards the door and see you standing there.
I nod. You saw the light.
Yeah, we all saw the light.
There is no more water.
Yeah, well, it hasn't rained in several days.
You need someone to go out to the zone.
Well, I was gonna hold an assembly tomorrow and organize all that. You can't go out tonight. It's the ghouls. We can't risk it. You'll never come back.
I will go, not tonight.
But we can do it. Can't we, boys?
Yes, madame.
Well, I guess that makes it easy on you, Marlot. You don't have to send any of your men. And you see her like shift uneasily back and forth. She looks over to Maximin and says, "Well, what about the beast? Do you want to question that first? What do you want to do?"
You already spoke to the beast or not?
She says, "No, I was about to speak to the beast. I believe that the chroniclers are taking a look at him right now. Oscatarian and his crazy group, they're bandaging him up, and then the light came, and I rushed over here to send out a group."
All right. Well, let's go talk to him. Chop, chop. Let's go talk to him now, and then we can go.
Yeah, well, you know what? I'll tell you what. I have business to attend to here. Why don't you, Petrenko? Why don't you take them? You know where the cells are. Why don't you take them up there?
I draw my machete.
I'll nod and say to the cells.
And then you can see Sixter outside. He has his arms crossed, watching you guys. He was really kind of hoping for some bloodshed because of your obstinance. And he just sort of leans in and closes the door, and he says, "Well, it looks like you got lucky this time. It turns out."
And before he closes the door, she looks back at him and just winks at him.
At Sixter or at Maximin?
At Sixter.
Nice. Yeah. So he looks to you and he says, "God, I hate you. It looks like you guys lucked out so far. So you're on a short leash, etc., etc. Why don't you get out of here? You got
Bye,
business
Sixter.
to attend to." Yeah. Bye, Lady Ivanka.
Goodbye.
Hey, Sixter,
You take that back!
real quick, Sixter.
Yeah.
You might want to get in there pretty quick.
For what?
Well, he's just taking a massive shit, so he probably needs someone to clean his ass with your tongue.
And you can see him start to open the door, and then he closes it after you finish talking. He's like, "Oh, okay, no, real nice, nice. That's cool. Yeah. I hope that boat falls. Be a real shame if that boat fell."
I straight up point my shotgun in his face, like, fucking say that again.
So,
and then this situation resolves itself, and we'll go to the cells.
I
This
think
situation-
Petrenko will probably be like, "Come on, boys," and as a kind of older guy around. I don't know if I need to roll anything to defuse the situation.
you don't, but I do.
Okay.
Because I like to fuck with Josh, and it's my turn now.
Now I'm in the driving the seat.
Erwin Vercolin, thanks for that follow. You are a gentleman and a scholar. You are
Thanks,
a
buddy.
gentle Irvin. So I'm going
Don't
to roll
try.
a d6. Don't try. Thanks, Will. Cool. Let's see what happens when I fucking use my mutation powers, because guess what? NPCs have them too. This guy's got a fun one. I'm excited for that one. Where the fuck is it? Backfire. 4. The mutation locks down after this use and can't be used for the rest of the session. All right, that's cool. So you point your shotgun at this guy, and he reaches up and moves his sunglasses up, and then looks to Madame Ivana, and then looks back to you, and you feel overly compelled to just gently place your shotgun back and slowly turn around and walk back towards the cells like you were told, like a good little boy. And then you do so. You just shoulder it, and you just do.
Yeah. But Bardock has no idea that he's just been manipulated,
Nope.
so he just...
You haven't been manipulated. He actually has not telekinesis. He's a puppeteer. Is his
Yeah.
Would I be able to tell what he just did?
How much interaction do you have with Sixter?
Well, I have the
It's mostly bitchy.
juicy info on him.
That's true.
Oh.
You know that he does have telepathic powers, but you've never seen them be used.
Okay.
Yeah, so you know that he might have done something, or that look just made Bardock stop whatever he was doing and rethink his life choices.
But you will also know, that having spent time as Bardock's drug dealer, that Bardock is the most unreasonable man. So for Bardock to just go, and walk away is very peculiar.
Petrenko totally thinks it's his fatherly
Yeah,
hand on his shoulder, guiding his young
You're like, oh,
protege.
come on, let us go.
I actually put one of my bonds as I look after Bardock. I don't know if that's okay with you, Josh.
That's fine.
Yeah,
I think
'cause I think he's going to get
looks at
himself killed.
Bardock.
Everyone but Bardock. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the name of the game. We're changing it to it's Bardock Nation now. It's everyone
Bardock Nation.
babysits Bardock Nation.
Yeah.
So you guys head back. Petrenko, you know exactly where the cages are. They are below the bridge where Maximin lives. And as you get there, you're well acquainted with Bardock. I'm sorry, not Bardock. With Maximin and his crew, because he's mostly in charge of sending out the stalkers into the zone to get stuff. So you head over that way, and you see that imposing 6 and change foot tall woman with 4 arms, like this, each arm is the size of Humphrey, and she's standing there guarding the door. And she looks to you and she says, "Draco, what do you want?"
I say we need to go into the cells. We are looking for the werewolf. On Sixter's orders and that other man.
Maximin.
What's his name? Maximin, yes.
He says, "Maximin told you come here." Okay.
Duh.
Okay. And then she just on the door, and then you hear a big latch slide, and someone opens the door towards the inside and lets you in.
What was her name again?
Her name is Muba. Yeah.
Muba. Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so Ivona would look up at her and say, "Hi, Muba, how's it going?"
And she has like two of her arms crossed, and the other two arms are just kind of hanging down there. And she like ham fists you on the shoulder. And she's, "Hi, Ivana. You go inside," and starts to like push you towards the.
Thank you, dear.
Nice to see you. And she's just kind of like a dumb brute, where she just gently pushes you, but to her and to you, it's like getting hit with a truck. Yeah, so you guys get in there, and you guys see there are several, what you guys know as chroniclers. One of them is Lady Astrina. You know that Lady Astrina is the closest to the Elder. She is like his aide, and she's one of the best healers on the Ark. You see a few other chroniclers that you might know their names. You don't really have any interaction with them. And one of them works for Oscatarian. So Humphrey, you'd probably notice that person. But you can see that they're actively like they have the wolf person like kind of strapped down, and they're actively like treating the wound. They have the one hand is like in a jar. They're trying to like figure that out while they dress the stump that was left by one Bardock. And they all look to you and they're like, what Lady Astrina looks to you and says, What can I help you with? What are you here for?
That.
Talk to prisoner. Right, I started sounding like Muba. Talk. We need to talk to the prisoner.
I just wanted to see if he was okay.
Well, he appears to be as okay as he's going to be. We aren't able to reattach the hand, but, you know, that just happens when you cut off a hand, Bardock. Maybe you leave limbs attached. How about that?
No.
You don't want me to take your limbs off? Is that?
I would prefer you don't take anyone's limbs off. It's very hard to reattach them.
Why are you trying to reattach his limbs?
There is no need for reattach.
Well, he will die less if I can stop the bleeding by reattaching his hand. I don't know how, but I'm sure there's some way to do it.
So what are we doing with him now? Why is he just laying there on the table? You're not
Well,
going to ask him.
sure that's not
we've
science.
You know what, Will? You don't know that. Just crazy glue it back on there. She says, well, we have stopped the bleeding as best we can, and he's stable for now. He's probably going to die.
You can ask him some questions then before he dies. Like now.
I had no intention, but if you're here to ask questions, here.
Okay.
And she,
Okay.
like,
Can we
she,
get
like,
close to
dismisses.
him?
Yes, I just don't put things in his mouth. Or take off his other hand.
Fine. I make them promise.
And like she just looks at Bardock the whole time. Don't put things in his mouth and don't cut off his other hand.
Bardock's like, I will not put anything in his mouth, and I will not cut his other hand off.
And then she like
Too
looks
many
behind you
holes.
at your hands.
I'm gonna like lift off my like gas mask thingy so I can breathe a bit better in here. And he's kind of like, I don't know, kind of haggard-y. And that throat thing is like totally really visible and plenty of scars. Looks. I don't know, how old do people live around here?
So that's the weird thing about the mutants is for some reason you guys are all in like the range of like 10 to like mid 20s. No one's really older than like 30. And you guys don't like only the older ones remember coming to the Ark. All the younger ones don't really remember ever getting here.
So we'll call them, I don't know, later 20s, mid 20s
Okay,
maybe.
so you're one of the older guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. So your like earliest memory would be the Elder bringing you and a bunch of other mutants to this Ark.
Yeah. Okay. I step forwards, clip my helmet on somewhere and step forward to see what's this thing look like? Is it actually just a werewolf?
Yeah, it actually looks like just a werewolf. It looks like a fully well. It doesn't look like a werewolf in the sense that like fucking. It looks like a humanoid that is just wolf, has like all wolf features, covered in hair, elongated wolf head, fangs, claws. But it looks fully articulate human. It doesn't have like backwards bending knees or anything like that. It looks just like a regular ass person, but a dog person.
Ivona goes to poke it with her cigarette holder.
It like yelps and recoils.
Oh, I'm sorry. Didn't mean to hurt you.
Says, well, your friend already hurt me. He took my hand.
So you can't talk. Now that is interesting. Why didn't you
course I can
talk
talk.
before?
Someone had a machete in my mouth.
And who might that be?
And she gives
The one with the machete. And he like motions. He like motions his hand that's tied down.
The guy with the machete in his mouth.
I'm literally like just running what is the equivalent of a whetstone over the blade, just looking at him.
It's just a regular stone. Just a
Yes,
because you.
it's just
It's a dry one.
Yeah. a regular piece of rock you found. He says, yes, I would assume it's the one that is holding the machete.
I'm sorry they hurt you. Now, Trenko, do you want to take it from here? Or are you busy eating?
That's cool. Just show up whenever
Now,
you feel
those
like
my
it.
rations. Now, stalker rations, very important. So why did you break in?
Well, I was scouting. I wanted to see what was here.
Who do you scout for?
What do you mean? What do you
You
mean?
work
who do I scout
alone?
for? On this the scout? Yes, I was alone tonight.
Okay. There was a big light out there. Do you know what that was?
No, I was unconscious.
Mike, real quick, this is the first time we're seeing an like a
Yes.
animal humanoid, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So if anyone would have heard things, it might be Petrenko. You might have heard rumblings in the stalker community that there have been like spotting weird animalistic looking people in the area. But this is the first time you guys have seen one up close, and this is definitely the first time you guys have like been able to talk to one.
So yeah. Oh.
Why are you so hairy?
I don't understand the question.
He's one of them. I've heard rumors of them in the community. They are strange new creatures, or maybe old ones. I don't know. But
I've always been this hairy. This is just my whole
I'm
pack looks like
sorry.
this.
I didn't mean to offend you. It's just that we've never seen like someone like you, so
Why is he so scaly? And he like motions his hand and points to Bardock. You have far too many props.
God damn.
it's not a prop.
And Bardock just sort of shifts so his pattern resembles basically him covered in blood, and takes a step forward. And I guess someone probably stops him from getting any closer.
Bardock, I think you did enough last time. Let's talk.
He says, yes, this is normal for me. My whole pack is hairy like this.
There are more
oh,
of you.
so more than you.
Yes, of course. A whole family.
Do you have kids?
No,
Why not?
I haven't found the right wolf yet.
I see. Yes, that would be a problem.
How many of them are? How many of you are there
Well, there's only one of me.
in your pack?
In my pack, there is 10 of us.
Do you roam or do you have a lair?
No, we have a house. Much like you.
Where is your house?
Why would I tell you that? You have chopped my hand off.
My friend here still has a machete. He will not hesitate.
So roll me a manipulate.
Okay, how do I do that?
So you click the skill test, and then the base die would be your empathy. So whatever the number is in your empathy pool.
Can't remind myself of that actually.
And then when you click submit, and then it will ask you for your skill die, and your skill die is whatever the number of points you have in your manipulate skill is.
Okay, my empathy is 2, so my base dice are 2, right?
Yep.
Submit my skill dice. I have in manipulate nothing.
Okay,
So-
so then nothing,
Does
and
he-
then your gear is nothing.
Does he have any bonuses for the fact that I straight up have a machete and will kill this man?
You know what? I will. Yeah. So in gear, put a +2 there because of Bardock's machete.
All right.
So basically, the way that works is anytime you roll a 6, you succeed. If you roll more than 1 6,
Gotcha.
you succeed greatly. So you
Makes
were
sense.
trying to convince this guy to talk because your friend has a machete and will not hesitate to kill him. And he looks over to you and sort of like sneers and growls and says, "Yes, well, if your friend kills me, then you'll never find where my family is and they stay safe."
I don't think he will kill you.
No, we're not going to kill you. Fresh meat's hard to come by on this boat.
And we're all out of food.
Yeah, it's all right. What you do is you keep them. Look at that. Cut your hand off. You're still
don't-
alive. They kept you alive. That's amazing. We can cut your legs off next.
I
And
don't
your
think
arms.
we eat dog people.
You
That's-
see, the thing
you
is,
don't. I'm a
Mr.
fucking
Wolf, these
reptile.
boys aren't joking, so you might want to consider what you're going to say next.
Madam Ivana, you can roll me a manipulate as well.
Okay. I believe
Trust
it was
me, she's
5
worse.
and 2.
Just shit on
Yeah,
the
I have
drugs
a
and pass
secret, secret wolf fetish. So I have 5 in empathy, and then manipulate. Believe. Let me double check. I think it was 2.
Humphrey, if you wanted to intimidate, I think you're the only one that has the intimidate ability, or you could manipulate as well. Depends on how you want to play that.
I guess if I did intimidate,
frack
it'd be
me.
like with a nice intention.
Okay.
You better tell us, or else.
You can
Young
try that
man.
if you want.
Excuse me, young man.
Happy Viking Games. Fix that follow button. You are a gentleman and a
Respect,
scholar.
you
Thanks,
see?
David.
You got it.
You succeeded. So
Respect your elders.
out of everyone,
How
it's
did that
Humphrey.
work?
I think you should just tell us, please.
Why don't you just spit it out?
I think it's out here in the wastes. Politeness is the most scary thing.
Terrifying.
Yeah.
I
Everyone
just
else is
imagine
like,
you just give him the hard poke in the chest. And you're like, you just tell us, Mister. And he looks to all of you and sees like the various conflicting personalities, and he says, you know, it might you're insane, all of you. You're out of your minds. We live in a tower. There's over 100 of us.
100 of you.
Yes.
Are you all hostile towards us?
No, I mean, I wasn't hostile towards you until you cut my hand off. And he like growls at Bardock.
That is fair.
He growls back.
Well,
Equally animalistic.
At your tower, do you have food? Do you have water?
Not any more than what it appears as though you have. That's why I'm here. We were
Oh, so you
scouting
can't-
to see what you had.
Came to steal from us. That's it, is it?
He's
Well,
a thief.
we were here to scout to see what you had, if it was worth stealing, but
Yeah, but scouts generally, what they do is they arrive, they look at a situation, and then they leave. They fuck off. They piss off. You came in. You walked in. That's trespassing. That is.
yeah, well,
You came into my
I
gaff.
didn't get the part where I left. You cut off my hand.
Yeah, I did. You got a fucking problem with that?
He just like shifty eyes to everyone else in the room. Like, is this guy serious? He says,
Yeah,
Yes,
there is no
Yeah,
help
Ivona gives
in
him
my
a
eyes.
slightly-
yes, I would like to retain use of both of my hands. Would be great.
Both your hands. Okay, so now we've got all our chips on the table. You want to keep both your hands. Okay. I want to know where your fucking tower is.
So, Mr. Wolf, would you perhaps be interested in some form of, like a trade or a deal? Or did you just come here to steal from us? Because that would not be nice.
No,
Yeah,
if I was
I
here to steal from you, we would have come in force.
Yeah, that might have been a smart idea, actually.
Yes. What kind of deal do you have in mind?
Oh, well, let's just say I have some resources, but I would have to know that it is worth it. And that you have to have something to give in return, something of interest.
What kind of resources? Do you have food and water? That's all we need right now.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
What do you ask in return?
Outside where you live, do you... How should I put this delicately? Do you wolves do drugs, perhaps? Do you get high? What kind of interesting stuff do you have out there?
But Bardock is like rubbing his hands immediately, just like, get high, you know.
Bardock salivates.
Yeah.
He looks to you and he says, "No." He says, "No, we don't have drugs. We have the ritual smoke, but we don't have these drugs."
Yeah.
This is
If it's
snitch.
We just get the occasional flaying. No, we don't have drugs. What are you talking about?
So this ritual smoke, what's it doing?
I don't know. I'm not part of the rituals. The seers, they tell us that it gives them visions.
Oh, I see. So they smoke it and then they get visions.
Yes,
Hmm.
it's a religious thing. Your
Right,
father's
so-
disappointment. Thanks for that follow. You're a gentleman. You're a gentle disappointment and a scholar.
I think that's one that you, Mike.
Oh man. God
Fuck.
damn.
I'm gonna say to him, who is your pack leader?
He says my pack leader.
Well, who leads you? You must have some kind of general.
Well, the alpha. Is that what you're talking about? We have an alpha.
The shrug.
He says the alpha. He's a great ape named Tesla.
Tesla.
Yes.
Okay.
How do we find him?
You would ascend to the top of the towers where he stays, but you would first need to know where the tower is, which I have not told you.
Well, you tell me or else.
He looks to you and he says, if you take me home safely with my hand, and he like nods towards the hand in the jar, he says, perhaps I can talk to Tesla or Archimedes, and we can work something out. We can work out some kind of a trade.
What you thinking, boys?
I think that is a good or else. Yeah.
Wrong script, Humphrey.
Oh.
I keep saying or else.
I told him or else, and he told me the else, and I think that's fine.
No, you did real good.
Oh, thank you.
Fucking zoo.
The worst part is you're going to a literal zoo.
Okay.
Go
So we
ahead,
know
go ahead
that
Will. You have thoughts.
So I'm thinking, this is well thinking. So we know that this guy broke in, he's a pack of whales, 100 of them, they live in a tower somewhere he won't tell us. We're out of food and water, and the bomb went off somewhere outside. He doesn't know anything about it.
Yeah, you know that there was an explosion, a bright white light, and an explosion, like a shooting star just overhead. You know that this guy he said he has 10 people in his pack, but that the alpha is an ape. So you know that there's at least 2 kinds of animals in this tower that he keeps mentioning, and that they're also just as shitty on food and water as you guys are.
Okay.
Hmm.
Do you know anything of... Do your seers tell you of anything of explosions in the sky, great white lights that travel and then destroy? Do the seers speak of that?
He says, I don't think so, but we could ask them if you'd like. I can talk to them, see about getting you a meeting with them. Would that work? I haven't seen this white light.
Look to the others. Maybe.
He like looks over to Bardock and he says, the seer, she is like you.
What do you mean by that?
Like you, with your like a lizard.
She's a lizard.
Yes.
Well, you got a fucking menagerie over there.
I don't know.
Yes.
Pedro's just like, yeah, that's
I
straight.
know.
It's right. Well, okay, so we've got weird fucking leather bitch, and then we've got giant fucking ape boy who probably Mobo would like, and then we got this prick here.
Fucking move I would like. It's fucked up. It's racist.
It's not. It's not. It's fact.
Do
okay?
we have any other leads other than this creature, other than just heading out into the zone and finding what was destroyed, perhaps?
Hold on. Does this mean I can't eat him?
No, Bardock. Not right now. Gotta find something else.
He looks at the hand and he says, the hand was part of the deal.
And I sort of put a hand on that jar, sort of to just make sure that Bardock doesn't go for it.
Yeah, I say, well, it seems like you might have yourself a deal.
He says, well, I can escort you there, but you'll have to let me go in first. if they sense that I'm being brought there against my will or have been coerced, they might just fire on you.
I don't know if I trust you enough.
Tell you what,
You've
how about
got way
this
too
for a
much
deal?
hair.
How about this for a deal? How about this for a deal? Okay, you just say that you recover for a little bit. Okay, you think long and hard about what kind of a night you've had. We'll have a little chat and we'll head off in the morning, and we'll either head off with you or head off without you, or we'll head off with part of you. I'm not really sure yet, but one way or another, a part of you or none of you might come with us. You guys get to meet Juliet. Oh God, how do I look? Am I all right?
I think you look great. I mean,
Shut the fuck up, Humphrey. Stop trying to date me. How do I look?
Just fine, Bardock. Get on with it.
He wipes like a forked tongue, like slicks nothing back because he's got no hair, nothing at all. He just like slicks his scales.
I straighten your imaginary bow tie.
Yeah, it's not that. It's literally just a camo pattern because I'm like chameleon skinned. So like you do it, but I'll let it shift as if you're hoping like.
I like that you just use your camouflage to make clothing.
Yeah, I am complete. Apart from wearing Doc Martin boots and some heavy duty cargos, that's it, and a utility belt. That's all I've got.
Oh no, Will dead.
Sorry, didn't mean to fuck with it. Yeah, I say. Well, actually, question, Mike. Would we need permission from our bosses to let this guy go?
You know that it would probably be in your best interest to ask Maximin to take this guy with you, as opposed to just grabbing him and rolling out. Since he's in prison, it's probably your best course of action. I'm not saying you can't do that. I'm just saying that you would know.
Yeah,
that
I'm not saying you can't.
Yeah, yeah. I'm only gonna say no to Trainsy.
Yeah. Let's head to Maximilian.
Yeah, and as the boy are heading out, everyone would say, "You go ahead, boys. I will catch up right with you. I'd just like to have a word with what was her name again? Muba.
Muba, the big four-armed. Muba.
Yeah, Muba.
I say behave, and then I walk out.
Always.
Who do you say it to? To be clear,
I don't. Just the room.
He just like looks back and just say behave. The wolf shrugs and like. Yeah, so the three of you guys head towards above deck to where the bridge is, and we'll cut to Madame Ivana. What are you doing with Muba?
I wait. So I'm the last to leave, and I don't close the door behind me. I wait until until the three guys are out of sight, and I look up to Muba and I go, "One moment, darling. I'll be right with you." And they go back into the room.
And like look... seconds after you leave, she just okay.
What was that? And so I step into the room and sort of cross my arms, look at the wolf, and say, "Are you thirsty, Mr. Wolf?"
Yes. Well, losing your hand takes a lot out of you.
And I have something like a little messenger bag.
Sure.
And I take water rations. What do we have them in? Like old plastic bottles?
Yeah, whatever you have them in. Glass bottle, plastic bottle, shoe, Tide bottle, whatever you have. A Tupperware container, sippy cup, a trash bag.
Okay, then I take a really banged up plastic bottle from my messenger bag, and I unscrew the lid and I take the smallest sip. And while I do so, I look at him.
And you can see him
was
with
really
his big
nice.
wolf tongue, licking his teeth, just like that, just like what Will's doing right now. He does exactly that.
Now, Mr. Wolf, I can give you that bottle and perhaps even another one. Now, I do not have enough to take care of your pack, but I have more than certain other people here do, because that is what the fixer does. So, those things you spoke about, the things that your seers smoke, do you think you could get me a batch of that, or perhaps two? Because if so, there'll be more water and perhaps even a food ration just for you.
He looks to you, and he says, "The name is Callisto." And roll me a manipulate.
Calypso. I come to ye, our humble servant.
We named the monkey Jack.
So manipulate.
Yep.
Let's see if it works this time.
Just get really close to him and whisper in his ear. So I release you from your mortal bonds.
Since I'm holding the water and dangling it right over his face, would that sort of give me something extra?
What's your fixer ability? What's your fixer skill?
It's called Make a Deal.
Then roll me a make a deal.
Okay. So
Is this what kind of size
on, let
deal
me
is
go
this? Is this
cancel.
like a small deal or is this like a trainsy kind of?
It's like a medium deal. Like this is like,
All right.
it's okay. So
it's like an unmade game deal. Like
So
it's
So it's empathy. Hold
Low
on,
and mid-tier.
got double check. Make a deal.
Shut down the middle.
3.
50-50. So
Damn.
one success. He looks to you and like you can see that he's like salivating and licking his jowls, and he says, "If you can make a promise to get food and grub and water to the tribes, then yes, I can see about getting you the ritual smoke. The seers, they don't part with it. We're not allowed to use it, but I know where it grows."
That would be good enough, but bear in mind, I have a little bit more than others do, but I cannot make it appear magically. I have enough to take care of you and perhaps the wolf or another animal person that is closest to you, but I will not be able to provide for the whole tribe, I'm afraid.
Well, that might work. I will see what I can do when we get back to the towers. I'll see if I can sneak away into the greenhouse.
All right, that is very nice of you, Mr. Wolf. And he's still tied down, right?
Yeah, and you can see him like craning his neck towards the bottle.
Yeah. So then I would unscrew it and sort of carefully sort of drizzle it into his mouth, whatever.
And it's like when if you've ever like fed a hose to a dog and like let it like it's like I'm sorry, Will, go ahead, do that for me real quick with that tongue. There you go. It's like that. It's like that. Gross. So
I am the police.
we'll
Ladies.
someone give that, please. So we'll cut over to the three gentlemen here. You guys are up in Maximus's office. Is that where you guys are headed?
Yeah.
Okay. So you see there's like candles lit all over the place in the captain's quarters. And as you approach, you can see that someone moves inside this like windowed room, and the door opens, and it's Sixter, and he says, "What do you guys want? You're back so soon? Did you question your friend here?"
We need to take the prisoner.
Need to take him where?
Just outside.
To his home.
You're gonna take him
yes.
home. You're gonna take the prisoner home.
Yeah.
He's in prison. That's like a release. That's like a reward.
I understand.
Okay, good. So, all right. And he like starts to close the door.
I walk over and like poke my machete through the door.
He says, "What do you want this time? I thought I told you where I wanted you."
Did you? When?
Like a few minutes ago. You were there, you left, now you're back. What do you want this time? You talked to the guy, and now, what else can I do for you?
We want to talk to someone who we actually give a shit about. Someone who's actually in charge.
That, yes.
Yeah.
He like sighs, and he like adjusts his glasses, and he like looks over and he says, "Maximin, your three goons are here. They're back. They said they want to release the prisoner." And he like opens the door and like lets you guys in. He like sways it open. You see Maximin. He's behind his desk, just sitting there. He's like filing through paperwork, and you can see him like writing things down. And you would know, I think, all of you would know that Maximin is one of the few people that can read and write on the boat. Yeah, very few people can actually do that. Will, you might be able to too. Like all the oldest of the mutants can probably read and write. Younger ones cannot.
I'm gonna say that I can read badly, but just enough to basically go through a manual or something like instructions.
Yeah. You can look at pictures and determine what that means. Like,
Yeah,
A,
exactly.
A slot goes into A. You nailed it.
Hippo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mutant, hippo. Nope, that's still a mutant.
That's
Wants
the
to be a
new game.
hippo.
It's not Duck Duck Goose. It's Mutant Hippo.
And Humphrey is never invited to play.
Humphrey Hippo.
Maximum, it's good to see you.
He says, "Oh yes, Humphrey. What do I owe this pleasure to? You boys said you were leaving in the morning. You should be getting your rest."
Yeah, I told the prisoner, I said, tell us where your leader, or Alpha, as he said it, is, or else. And he told me the or else, and he showed me, or he says he can show me where the leader is, and I think it's good, a good or else.
Oh, well, that is good. What should we assemble a party? Should we raid them? Is that what you're suggesting? We just assemble all of Marlot's men and...
I don't think the or else went that way. I think it was more, don't use bullets, bring him back, talk to leaders, and other or else.
Boss,
Yes.
they got a tower. They got a big tower, big fucking tower, big huge fucking tower. They've
Okay.
got all of them. They all live in a tower, right?
Right.
They've got shit we want, shit like food, shit like water.
They have food and water there.
Yeah, not much, but they got enough for us, not enough for them. They got a part with it, you see. You see him, you see that one, he points to, oh god now, I've remembered everyone's names, but
Petrenko.
Petrenko, that's it.
Petrenko, yeah, I can change my name.
Yeah, change your name for me. Petrenko, he says, Petrenko, you see Petrenko, you know he does that thing where he breathes fire, you know that?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, do that. That's all you got to do. You want them gone, you want them to not attack us anymore. That's all you do, ground floor. Like that.
So you're just going to breathe fire on all of them? Petrenko, is that your plan?
No, our plan is to go and bomb the absolute shit out of their ground floor. Let the fire rise. Like a match. He smiles.
Oh.
Petrenko, this is ruthless. I didn't expect this from you.
Got to protect
Neither
what's
did
ours.
I, but that werewolf, he really deserves it, you know?
Why?
They're
I
not
guess
us.
if that's what you're saying to me.
I've heard tales of other stalkers that have been killed by his kind. I will not allow it anymore.
Well, if-
They're here, aren't they? They're here to raid us. That was a scout. They're going to send
They fired the first shot.
I mean, they didn't attack us technically.
They broke in, broke the perimeter, so no go. Said so yourself, didn't you, boss.
I'm going to give Humphrey a look. Like, let's go along with this for now kind of look. I know what that look looks like, actually.
No, I prefer trains.
Are you trying to seduce him, or are you trying to make him stop?
It's the
I'm
only way
like,
he
for
can
some
understand.
reason, he can't actually interpret that look.
Yeah.
He's just like, let's go along with this. And I'm just like, did I
His little ears
fart?
waggling.
Yeah, I was gonna say little hippo ears just like hone in.
Just looking at him like, have you suffered some sort of stroke? Or...
Oh.
Maximin looks to you and he says, "Well, if this is what do we do with the prisoner? I heard something about releasing him."
Yeah, so we release him.
Right.
We take
Take him-
him with us,
That's
and he
right.
guides us back to the tower, and then we torch the whole fucking tower, and then we raid the surrounding area and find wherever their stockpiles are.
Boom.
I
They've
thought,
also
wait,
got-
I thought you said they didn't have any food.
They've got some food and some water. You're not paying much attention, are you? It's all
Well, you
good.
said
It's all good.
stockpile, and then you said they had no food. I just wanted
No,
to
I
get my
said-
story straight here.
So they have food and they have water. They've got
Right.
grub. They've got grub, okay? So we're going to go out there. We're going to
Take it.
torch the whole place.
Okay.
Yeah. Take it and torch the place. And that way, no more raids, no more competition, and we get some drugs. Oh, and apparently they also have food and water.
You see him like lean back in his chair and like contemplate what's happening, and then he like looks over to Sixter and he like motions him over, and Sixter kind of comes over and like bends down and you hear like an exchange of whispers. And if you guys are particularly curious, you can listen in if you'd like to and roll a scout.
Absolutely.
Which is wits plus scout. If you guys want to do that,
Fuck.
I think it's about this time that Ivana, you come in when you see him talking to Sixter.
Okay.
That is one success for Humphrey.
One
success for Petrenko, and Bardock, nothing for you. So you hear Maximin kind of lean over, and you hear like a very hushed conversation, and he says, "Yeah, we can. We could probably get them a few. We get them the stores, grab them a few bullets, get them something. If they're gonna just head in there, they can't just do it alone." And you hear Sixter reply back, "Yeah, boss, but what are we gonna? Marlot has all the bullets. We can't just take it from her. She's not gonna be happy about this. She's something about a peaceful resolution or something.
Bullets would be nice. Yeah. Bullets would be good. I could talk to Marlot.
He says, no, we'll talk to everyone.
Okay.
Just come back in the morning and see me then, and we'll have a care package for you.
Care package coming in.
Bardock, do you need assistance with your boat?
You know all the fixing I've been doing around here, all the sorting stuff out.
I know that you claim to fix a lot of things, yes.
Like he does actually do a lot of work because there's not a lot of stuff he can actually do with Juliet because he's kind of reached a point where he's run out of stuff without going out into the zone. He says, well, you know all that stuff I've been doing, for you, for fixing everything, keeping everything running, keeping everything floating. Well, Pontiac doesn't do a fucking thing. Well, gee, here's the thing. I need booze. I need a lot of booze. Loads of booze. Just gallons of the shit. As many bottles as you can lay your hands on.
He says, well, yeah, I could probably get you a few bottles of it. We don't have a lot. We haven't had enough water to make it. Water comes first.
Bardock looks at him like he's high, but he bats an eye. I don't
know what that water business is. I just drink the booze. You're going to put the water in the booze to make it anyway.
Speaking of which, would you be able to provide us with any kind of water or rations when we go out there?
He looks around everyone and says, Madam Ivana, I didn't see you arrive. You'll be accompanying these gentlemen as well, I assume.
I will.
Good. And you kind of see Sixter light up at the fact that you're not going to be around. He says, "Yes, I could get you a few of each, but it would have to be a small amount. I'll get you some bullets. What few I have, I'll get you some of the food and some grub and water. And for you, Bardock, I'll get you a few bottles of the booze. Be on your best behavior while you're out there. It's dangerous. You can't be lost in the sauce."
I'll look after them.
Yeah, see, we got him, we got Juliet, we'll be fine.
Oh, so there's 5 of you going.
Yeah.
Better than 4. Good. I could. Okay. Yes. I'll need the night. Take the night. Relax. Rest up. Think about your plans. And I'll meet you in the morning at the gate, the Palisades, and I will give you your care package.
Oh, thank you, boss. I'll remember this.
Very kind of you.
Yes, a hippo never forgets.
I bow. And then I'll leave.
So everyone takes their leave?
Yeah.
No one sticks around to harass anyone else?
Ivona would just shoot Sixter another sweet look.
Like a loving glance.
I really
but with a tiniest hint of "you little fucker" in it.
Yeah, he just smiles back at you.
Just a touch.
Just a touch of little fucker.
I thought you were just going to say, yeah, she shoots Sixter. Oh, okay.
In the face. Yeah, so we'll, if there's anything you guys want to do at night, we can go through that. If not, we'll just fast forward to the morning time.
I'm going to sleep in the boat tonight.
Okay. Now, in this boat, so you have essentially a life raft. So, think like Titanic.
Yeah.
So how
It's
big
like-
is your
it's-
car inside this boat?
No, it takes up all of the room. It's
Okay.
fucking like there's no room to move around. I would have to be in the car, but there's a tarp over it.
Have you just like so the two hitches that hitch the boat and get cranked up? Have you just hitched them to the car front bumper and back
No,
bumper?
no, no,
and just
no.
cranked it up.
I've managed to. So I basically managed to get the car over here by paying some people to haul it,
Mhm.
and then got it in. And I've trashed the boat. The boat is fucked. But yeah, I've cranked it up off the floor to keep it sort of out of everyone's reach. And yeah, I built it. But now there's no way it comes out of this thing without destroying the boat.
That's fair.
Yeah.
So yeah, you do that. You sleep in the lifeboat off the side of the boat. Petrenko, what do you do?
Where do the stalkers hang out in this place?
It's up to you. So everyone has their own den. So you tell me where you want to live.
I imagine it's like I don't know how like easily come across alcohol is, but it's probably like a saloon of badass kind of Russian dudes that don't say anything but just drink shots of vodka and
Yeah. So this is essentially an old cruise liner. So there was definitely a bar. And there is booze is the universal alcohol solvent. It can be used to like it's like that one scene in the Matrix where it's like can be used to like clean your guns and clean the gears, but also get you shit faced. So it is hard to come by, especially with Bardock around because he's a hoarder and he has a problem.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But you and your stalker friends, you guys kind of have like your own little hidden stash. You always have like one bottle probably handy, and one bottle is enough to like little shots of vodka as you sort of yeah. So you head over to wherever the stalker stomping ground is and just get blasted. Okay.
Yeah, probably drinks to not to too much excess.
Sure. I mean, you have to lead an expedition tomorrow, so
he's like 25, going on 70. So
yeah. You're pretty close to dead anyway. So Humphrey, what do you do? Do you go dream about your 4-poster bed again? Do you dream about hippo things?
I guess I go home after a very exhausting day, generally going from
Honey, I'm home.
from being jobless.
You woke up, like you climbed out of your cardboard box, you stood on the wall for 5 minutes, went outside, came back inside, explained yourself to the boss, went to the prison cells again. You've probably been awake about an hour at this point, you just straight away back to bed.
It's been a few
hours. But
it's
emotionally exhausting. You had to hang out with Bardock, who was grilling him the entire time, and then he was like trying to reattach somebody's hand and then like explain to the boss and intimidate someone after being a guy who's literally just kind of chilling in his box all day.
Yeah.
So he's gonna mosey back, but with like a newfound confidence. He's like, I did something today. That's really awesome.
Do you have lots of stories for your cat posters?
Yeah. I mean. I actually have like a little clay. It's mostly mud, which I like to pretend is clay, but it's like a dirt mound that's shaped sort of like a hippopotamus, just like a little bit. And
what you imagine a hippo to look like?
I shove it, like I push the mound a little forward, and like, hey Gertrude, it's another day at work. I know, big deal.
You said they were like loads of calendars on the inside of your thing.
Animal calendars.
Yeah,
like
I love that.
40 years old.
Yeah, I love the idea that you go over to like today's date or whatever the equivalent is, and just write on it like "did a thing."
Got a job, and you circle it with a heart.
I think I'll do that, but again, I'll be the one that says I can't read or write, and I'll just like circle a random date, and you're like. Best day ever, but like I can't write. It's just like splunge the mark.
That's pretty good.
And I'm like
splunge.
You make up words for it. It's good.
And I nod at it and smile, and but I'll circle kind of like a dog trying to find like a very comfortable position in my non-existent bed, and. Take a nap with a big grin on my face.
Not salty.
Do you nap with Gertrude?
I
How close are
nap
you guys?
like with my hands like this, encircling the dirt. I don't want to destroy it.
Yeah.
Right, sure,
It's
sure.
yeah. You're not quite there yet.
Yeah,
No.
not too much physical contact. And last but not least, Madam Ivana, what do you do for the remainder of the night?
Ivona is going to take some precautions since she's going away, and she basically has to leave her fixer HQ behind. Would it be okay with you if I said that one of my that I can pay one of my customers to take an eye to keep an eye on the store, like when I'm
Yeah,
away?
you could just ask Mouse to do it for you, and he will gladly.
yeah.
He'll gladly watch it over for you. She will gladly watch over it for you.
Yeah, actually that sounds good. And then what she's doing, so Ivona always wears several layers of skirts, like in various shapes of being worn down and ripped and whatnot. But there are a lot of layers, and so she lifts them all up. And what she actually did is, so in her little messenger bag, she never has more than maybe one ration and one water bottle, if at all. But she has, under her voluminous layers of skirts, she has 2 more water bottles sort of strapped to her thighs. And
like a flask, like a water.
yeah,
flask.
you know how other like Lara Croft style, but not with guns.
That's what I'm
instead
thinking.
of
It's just water balls.
But you've never seen
and
that
some
with flasks before?
rations.
Is that not a thing everywhere else? You like tape a flask to your like on prom night. You have your girlfriend tape a flask to her leg, or wear like a
Mike,
garter belt.
you-
Is that not a
Let's
thing?
not pretend you ever went to prom, Mike.
Oh.
Aw.
Like a prom night,
Guys,
like
that was
next month.
Ruination. That was it.
in Mike, in England, like if you're not absolutely shit-faced drunk when you turn up to prom, you've made a colossal error. Like people genuinely.
In
like,
England,
Well, that's
flask
to
with
be
you.
fair. We're not allowed to drink when we're in high school. So
neither are we.
I mean, 18 is the limit there. So I mean, I was 18 in high school, so I can't legally purchase alcohol when I went to school.
Grow a beard, man.
Yeah, I can't. I'm so sorry.
You try.
I don't want to run this game anymore. I'm done. So much abuse.
Guys, you did it.
So you remove
did it
your
already.
taped water bottles, and then what?
Yeah, for now, but she's going to basically she has some. She will restrap it the next day, and then I guess I can message you how much of her stuff she's actually going to take with her. Actually, what she's going to do, she has some places in her store / den /
Crack house.
store, whatever, where she had secret. For example, so it used to be a salon, some kind of a spa, or perhaps even a hair salon. I know. So you know how in a hair salon you have those big mirrors, and you can't, if you remove the mirror, it just seems to be mounted to a wooden frame. But there's actually some kind of mechanism hidden so that you can open the whole cabinet.
Okay.
And so she's hiding a little bit there, and then perhaps somewhere in the sofa. The sofa is, maybe somewhere in the sofa, in the filling, or I don't know. She's hiding some more stuff.
So that's a good point. So one of the lethality mechanics of this game is grub and water and bullets. So all of those things can be used to barter, but they're also used to keep you alive. So the only way to recover, so like I said before, all of your attribute pools work kind of like Numenera. So if you get damaged, you take damage to your strength, and then you roll less die because you are less efficient at strength. But the only way to recover strength is by eating. The only way to recover agility is by drinking. The only way to recover wits is by sleeping, and the only way to recover empathy is by having meaningful contact with a person. So for like Bardock, he just massages his car.
I will die.
He massages his car and feels better about himself.
Yep.
So you have a certain encumbrance. So you have to carry your gun, your bullets, your grub, all the rest of the gear that you have on you, and still be able to survive in the wilderness. So when you guys leave, you'll have to tell me, or you have to mark down how many grub, how many water you have, because you need to consume one of each day, or you start to get like dehydrated or starving, and like you get stat negatives. It's pretty nasty shit. So this would be all old hat for you, Petrenko. You know, so you would know how to like manage your food, how to manage your water. You'd know. So one of like the big things with stalkers are knowing the zone. I believe find the path is your special stalker ability that helps you navigate through the zone and avoid places that are like super contaminated with rot and rot is the generic radiation bad stuff thing that happens. Everything has some kind of rot on it. So like you would be able to help find water that's safe to drink or food that's safer to eat. So you're not getting like all kinds of poisoning and like that kind of stuff. But this will all be old hat for you. You've been out there a few times. You'd be able to guide these people. But just a reminder for you guys that you have to manage your food and water, bring with whatever you have. And you guys can bring a little bit extra over your carrying capacity as long as it's kept inside of Juliet. That is a sexual thing. For Bardock, at least. He likes to keep a lot of things inside Juliet.
Oh, yeah. You better ask that.
Gross. So everyone...
No, just yelling surprise and throwing your duffel bag
just
in there.
throwing a bunch of things inside there. Fucking goddamn it. So... night passes today. You guys all wake up in the morning. You assemble out at the Palisades. The door is relatched closed from the night before. And Sixter is the only one waiting there for you. Maximin is not around. And Sixter sees you all and he says, all right, so you got your boat situation figured out, Bardock?
Bardock just looks really shifty at him.
All right, good. So, there's a box outside the gate, and I don't know how that got there, but it's there, and if it's not there when I get back, oh no, that's inconvenient for me. I lost a box, and you got this, Petrenko. I think you're in charge.
We will be fine. I will look after them, and all will go according to plan.
Yeah, good. And, Madam Ivana, I hope you die. Humphrey.
It's Ivona, Sixter.
Whatever. What did I say? Doesn't matter. Humphrey, you gonna be okay? The big guy.
Yeah. Thank you, Sixer, for asking. I think I'll be fine.
All right. Well, keep that axe sharp or whatever.
Oh, too kind.
Hit him with the pointy end. I think is what they say.
Oh, I tried to use the other one, but I'll take your advice.
All right. Well, good. So I'm gonna see you guys. You have any questions for me before I just start to leave? And he like starts to walk away from you guys as he's like asking that.
I turn to Bardock and say, I believe this process is your part. Like an emotion towards Juliet.
This is going to be interesting because no one's seen a car before. What I interpret as a car.
Right. Most of you have, so you've seen like, think like Walking Dead with like they say the highway was like burnt out cars and shit like that. You guys have seen like the husks of vehicles, but you've never seen one like this, and you've never seen one move.
Yeah.
Also, Bardock is a drug addict, so you probably don't believe that it's actually real.
I've been talking about Juliet for ages, but no one is allowed to see Juliet.
Right.
So this is take it on faith, guys. So Bardock will sort of lead you guys over to like the edge of the ship and look down, and like quite a considerable amount of floors beneath us, there is just hanging there this life raft, and I'm gonna like turn to probably Humphrey and just say, nice and slow. We'll crank the handle. We're going to lower this fucker down, all right?
Okay. 2 hands?
What, we fucking just lower the damn boat? Why's everything got to be difficult?
I just want to help.
You're doing fine, Humphrey. It's all right to ask.
And I'll slowly just start cranking it down until you hear like this resounding thump, and you watch as the chains slacken off, and then Bardock will just go, right, okay, someone, I got to take care of something real quick. If you guys want to go grab that box and meet me around there. And he just jumps, grabs hold of the chain, and just starts yelling, like whooping out loud as he starts sliding down towards the boat.
And it's like several breaths worth, because it's probably like 40, 50 feet down, just like, woo! Woo!
I'm gonna like grab, like, I'm gonna like hush the kids away, like, come on, let's Let's go get that
Let's
box.
not watch this.
Yeah, don't look, kids. Don't look.
Don't.
Like, Patrico has no idea what's about to happen.
This is agent suicide. We should go. You do. So you leave back the way you came. You go to the Palisades. You shift the wall. One of the guards there shifts the wall over, and there, like you said, there's a box, like a shitty, ratty cardboard box folded up, sitting outside there for you.
Don't trash
And then
talk
someone else
cardboard boxes.
and closes it back down.
Trainee's right there. Don't talk shit about cardboard boxes.
Yeah, what's next?
Yeah.
Nothing-
There's
nothing
actually.
is sacred.
So if you open it up, there's a cat poster inside of it. There are 3 bottles of booze. There are 4 rations of water and 4 rations of grub.
Gonna take the cat poster and 1 bottle of water.
Take some rations
Yeah.
and some water.
And as you
Yeah,
as
take
you,
one border.
as you grab the cat poster and like tip it over, like 4 bullets just ting 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 out of the tube that was a rolled up cat poster.
You got some cat poster on your bullets.
I one for each, and I just nervously hand them out.
Sweet. And then you guys, I assume you guys head over to Juliet to
Wolf.
see what that's about.
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. You guys
Big
grabbed
bad
the
Mr.
wolf.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a very uncomfortable back seat for those of you there, because Juliet only fits 4. So you guys can roll whatever you need to roll to
I
figure out
bet
who,
she does.
I'm gonna sit in the middle.
Ivona would just sit on Humphrey's lap.
Humphrey, how do you feel about it?
I was going to say, how uncomfortably awkward.
Like she's not flirting with him at all.
Yeah.
No.
But I don't know what he would think about that.
I think Humphrey will just be like, there's so much happening this day that is different than his reality, and he's just kind of, he's like a little squirmy, but he eventually calms down.
He's like
He's
a middle schooler at a dance,
"Oh,
so he just has his hands out.
No, he has his hands both on like the right shoulder, like out of
his
the
own
way,
shoulder?
and he and he puts one arm behind his back to make sure that he's not like reaching over like a seatbelt. And you're just like, okay, I'm comfortable in here. This Juliet.
That moment when Madame Ivova just slowly rises. So Julia has basically an old pickup truck, but like one of the big American pickup trucks. The wheels are pretty much, I mean, there's tires there, but they were deflated as fuck. So I've just injected them with concrete and anything else I could find, so they're just rock solid. The whole thing is rusting to hell, but she's armor plated and she has a huge fucking cannon mounted on the roof. And the introduction to Juliet is simply going to be the loudest engine it's probably the only engine you've ever heard in your life, just roars to life and music starts blaring out like
Tell me
the loudest you can imagine.
Tell me it's Romeo and Juliet by Dire Straits. That's what's...
It's
#1 crush from...
It's a
Love
Taylor
Struck
Swift song.
Romeo.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift song.
it's nobody does it like Juliet.
Thanks for having
And,
Socrates.
and then you just like hear all this noise coming from underneath this tarp and inside this boat, and then the front of the boat explodes as Bardock just drives straight through because he has no way of getting her off.
But I imagine it's like that scene from Ace Ventura where you have like plating on the window, so your head's out the driver window, and you just blast through, and you're like, woo! As you explode out of this
Oh
tarp.
yeah. And I bring it screeching to a halt in front of you guys. Yeah, the music is just. There's no way this car could ever be subtle. Just so you guys know.
Perfect. And as you guys see Juliet exploding out of a lifeboat, the tarp flying behind it like a superhero's cape, that's where we'll end episode 1 of Ruin Nation.
You tease.
Alrighty.
So, cool. So we'll go around, do Will's hooks and plugs. You're back, Will. I'll let you take over and do your hooks and plugs.
I'm back. Yeah, no, that was fucking fun, man. I enjoyed that. Even though I only got to play in the last hour and a half, I'm looking forward to next week's show to explore more of Ruin Nation and to Vape Nation more, I think. If you guys enjoyed the show, please do let us know in chat. We'd love to hear from you guys what you thought of tonight's episode. And of course, if you enjoyed the show, hit that follow button and join us. Tomorrow is Call of Cthulhu Day, and then Tyrants for All I'm pretty excited. But let's go around the cast and crew. Where can we find you guys online? Did you enjoy yourselves? All that good nonsense. And let's start with our DM Mike. We did an okay job, all things considered.
Yeah, I mean, considering who I am as a person, I mean, as mediocre at best, like the rest of my life. Yeah. So if you guys want to find me, it's Unmade Gaming everywhere, including on Twitch. So yeah, this is one of my first times running this game. I did like a practice session with a few of my friends just so I would make sure that I knew how the mechanics worked. But it's interesting to see it fall apart immediately. Immediately just crumble under the weight
You're
of
welcome.
anybody. Yeah, exactly. It's great. It was good stuff. But I'm excited to see where it goes. I'm also slightly dismayed that the plot has immediately gone the exact same route as Josh's Apocalypse game, where you guys ride vehicles into a fucking base of an office and explode the entire building.
Oh my god, yeah, you're right. I thought this was familiar.
I don't know how you guys manage that, but like that's the literal we blew up Josh's
we're not
plot.
we're not there yet.
Yeah, it's true.
And
We'll see
Ivona
how
still
it
has
goes.
to get her drugs.
We'll see
He
how it
cannot
goes.
destroy anything before that.
Yeah, and there's also the fact that this is to be expected because Mike is really he suppresses all creativity, even in himself, and therefore just steals off other people.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's exactly what I'm doing. I was like, oh, Josh wrote a game like this with a guy who's on chains. I'll put that in there.
Yeah.
Trainsy wants to be a hippo. Nope, but I'll make all the NPCs animals.
Just to fuck with it.
Josh the reptile. I'm just gonna make that whatever he rolls is reptile. Not even gonna make him a roll. Yeah,
There you
but I'm
go.
looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to the exploration that's about to happen next episode. So it should be pretty cool.
Fantastic. Let's go to Josh, who wrote this campaign.
Yes. I mean, it's good. We're only in episode 1, and already it's nice to see so many of the NPCs being sold short and really underplayed. And it's really nice to watch as really things that took quite a long time to write, like all of the mystery and the enigma of characters, just be shit all over by subpar running of the game. So it's been wonderful. It's been an absolute blast. Thank you so much. Because I told Mike, he was like, we're playing an Apocalypse World sort of spin-off game. I was like, I made this character once, but he's such a handful to deal with. And Mike was like, it's all going to go to shit anyway. So I was like, yes. And then you made him a lizard, and I love him even more. So, yeah, super looking forward to this. And thank you all for pledging, all the other player characters, just in some way pledging to keep me from killing everyone. I am actually really useful. Bardock is amazingly good at fixing everything, and he has a truck, which is going to be really super helpful. I just need you to help me from stopping a war and shit.
I think they only pledged to keep you alive.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine. That's fine.
And I'm still your drug dealer, so you should bear that in mind.
Yeah, and this is true.
Awesome. Let's go to Petra.
Hey guys, I'm back on Encounter Roleplay. I'm really thrilled. It's been almost no, not almost a year. A year?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It can't be that long, can it? Okay.
When was the last time we played this exactly?
Early September actually was the last.
It was a year ago today.
It's an anniversary.
Reborn. I don't
No,
know. It was a
almost a
while ago.
Almost a year. Anyway, yeah, it was fun. I really like the how different all of our characters are. I think it's a funny bunch. Yeah, you can find me on Twitter at P Volkhausen. I can type that in the chat in a second. And also you can watch me play Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition every Wednesday over on the Twitch channel Exploding Dice. And there we're playing the campaign Iron Gods in a world where magic and sci-fi clash. And it's a lot of fun. You should check it out. So every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern.
Awesome. And shout out to Socrates for the hosts. Go check out our channel. Let's go to the big deal himself. Trainsy TV. Trainsy Television.
Aside from the no prep and then just immediately copying Josh's campaign as as a backup.
Mm-hmm.
Had a lot of fun. I think that everybody's going to bring a very unique dynamic, especially with Lady Ivana, or is it Lady Ivona?
Ivona. I really hate that I took this
Ivona.
name because all I can think of is Ivanka now. And I hate you, Mike, for bringing that up in the first place.
Yeah, that's my job.
Ivona, I think she's going to be like a very awesome grounding element for...
We'll see. Well, she's definitely not as crazy as Izzy, the character I played last. I mean, Izzy was really cute, but she was also highly unstable.
Yeah, but like we have a drug dealer, we have this like sleuthy guy in the corner, and then we have this almost infantile wannabe just man child that's running around. I don't know.
He's adorable.
It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, Humphrey.
Humphrey's adorable.
He's the cutest.
I want to protect him.
So yeah. You can find me streaming 6 days a week, and then you can find me here on Encounter Roleplay every Monday, 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Awesome. Well, yeah, I can only echo everything that the rest of the players said about the the blatant lack of care, but somehow it came through, and it was actually not that bad. I actually had an enjoyable. I mean, I could only stomach half of the show, so I had to join in late.
So we assume.
For that.
At the end of the day, you've already played it, so
Yeah.
Exactly. I already played it once. It's kind of like a new game plus sort of deal.
Yeah.
I like that. But no, I've had a great day. Thank you to everybody who joined us today, all the followers. Thank you to Mad King for all the bits, Wade for subscribing, for the donations, Perrin for subscribing, Kit as well, and all of you guys. I really appreciate it. Also, what else should I say? Also, if you haven't checked out our sponsor for the week, that is Mechanica, a fantastic game which kickstarted successfully and which is about steampunk and horror and all sorts of gribbly, horrible things. There are some fantastic dice, which I'll be showing off later in the week, more probably, and the book itself as well. So, in fact, we'll be talking to one of the lead devs later on Wednesday as well. So I'm pretty excited about that. So check them out if you haven't already. Tomorrow's Call of Cthulhu, followed by Tyrants for All, and Josh's character is coming into that. And my daughter in that game has a crush on Josh's character, so I'm going to need to kill him in that game as well. Yeah,
Just so that you know.
Yeah, just so give you a heads up. You weren't there last week, but the Croissant crew will be back next week. If you weren't there, then you'll learn soon about the croissants. The good word of our Lord and Savior.
Okay.
But yeah, thank you to everybody who joined us today. Also, shout out to, what are their names? How do I find a link? That's the thing. Twitter is a real thing these days. The guys over at the Codec and Nation Fusion. I was over there today recording for about an hour and a half. That's where I was during that hour and a half. There's a VOD on there, really fun Mass Effect game that we played with the voice actor dude from Mass Effect Andromeda. So that's pretty cool. I'm sure there'll be a video on YouTube and we'll be able to find that for you guys. So yeah, until then, guys, I don't think there's anything else to say other than, Mike somehow made it through. Was it a disappointment in comparison to Mitch? That's not a lie. We can't get around that. But yeah, I'll see you guys again tomorrow. Until next time, try tuning in at once. It'll be a laugh. Good night, everyone.